energy that matters.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
John Frenchie Fuqua.
On 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
301 of the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you. A full frontal till 7. Very interesting day. Very interesting day. In all different shapes and sizes. You know, I had to be in the studio for some things, so I'm going to dart off to the Rock.
Got
Greeny's going to be in here.
Look at you.
So I get a game tonight.
Look at him. Look at our guy.
You know what I
look
said?
at our guy.
You know what I said?
Turn on YouTube right now, smash subscribe, and take a look at Don Juan
by the way,
McGregor.
and when you
smash
see,
it with your forehead.
When you smash subscribe and you see Don, then you're going to want to destroy something.
There you go. Because I said,
The
you know
hair
what?
look at him.
The
Look at him.
Jaxson Dart era begins, and it deserved Don in studio for at least the first segment. Then I'll go to the Rock. But I just could not be remote. I had to come in. I said I had to be here.
Of course.
Because the Jaxson Dart era begins on Sunday at home against the big heated rival called the LA/San Diego Chargers. Guys, it's so weird like how crazy it went since we were on the air. Like it was, you try to decipher what Daboll is saying, and it sounds like he might be open to it, but it's not going to be something right away. Is he ready? I'm cool with it. If it's because he's ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not cool with it if jobs are trying to be saved or John Mara's trying to make his football team that's 0-3 relevant on the eve of the postseason of baseball starting and the next season starting and the Giants being a joke. If it's any of those reasons, then I'm not cool with it. But if he's ready, guys, if they believe their best chance to beat the Chargers is Jaxson Dart, and this is his time, who am I to say it's wrong?
You're not.
I'm not watching him in practice. I don't get to see this guy every day the way Shane and Daboll do. But it's for any other reason, it's a joke. I'm hoping it's for the right reason.
I believe it is. I believe.
When we fall in love, it'll be forever?
Yeah.
I believe I can fly.
There's a lot of these we could do, but let's get to the point. Those are good, though.
I believe in a thing called yesterday. Or no, I believe in a thing. I believe in miracles. All right, sorry. Let's continue.
Yes, please.
Okay, sorry.
All you have to do is look at the red zone offense to know that Russell Wilson was not getting it done, right? Simple as that. And what happened against Dallas was a lot of moon balls, right? It wasn't really him running the offense with a plum.
And if anyone was playing their Alan Hahn moonball drinking game, hit your first drink right now. That's right. Pound it.
There it is. So I think after watching enough film and just finally getting to that point, there was the concern of don't rush the kid, don't throw him out there. That's why Russ is here. Take our time. And you hear Darius Slayton. I'm sure we got the audio. We had it yesterday. Darius Slayton. Oh, we got a blank page there. Anthony. Jake. All right. So we'll get that for you because Darius Slayton, for the second time in the last couple of weeks, has been warning everyone, don't just throw this kid to the wolves. We think he's going to be great, but we can't throw him out there and expect it's going to hit right away, and you're going to want to boo him, and you're going to want to be critical. And he's just warning you. Like, this is a young player. But as you've watched Russell Wilson over the first 3 weeks, how do you not reach the conclusion there's nothing there? Like, what he did against Dallas was fugazi. It was that's all it was moon, but their secondary was terrible. The reality is they have to make the move not to save the season because he is their next best option. And that's the reason why you make this move.
And
that's what they came to, in my opinion. And I understand, from what I understand, practice, they've given a lot of reps, and they like what they see. They think he's made of the right kind of stuff, and that's why they're doing it, because Russ is cooked.
And he was the backup quarterback. So the suggestion is they felt like, well, obviously he can go into a game if something happened to Russell.
Yeah.
So he must be game ready, but yet in the 6 or 7 snaps he got in the last 2 games, it was hand the ball off, misdirection. He wasn't allowed to throw the football.
But that was the stuff they were using him for. They were doing a lot of wildcat stuff with him.
Hey, again, I'm all for it if he's ready. Because Wilson stinks is also not a great reason. Because if the kid's not ready, he's not ready. Because you do have Jameis Winston.
And I was going to say, because there is another quarterback.
So see, again, the belief has to be that you think the offense will run better despite the fact that he's inexperienced. You think the offense will run better, and that's why you make this move. And the red zone's all you got to see.
I'm nervous.
The red zone is everything. Third downs in red zone.
I'm just nervous because it's only 3 weeks. All right, so you start the season, and you say, all right, the kid's not ready. We can't have him start on opening day because he's not ready.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Russell Wilson play. Russell Wilson didn't play well, but if you remember, Kurt Warner came on and said, don't blame it all on Russ. They got no offensive line. Team's a mess. All right.
He did.
Then he goes out.
That was week 1.
Let's not forget, I know the Cowboys' defense stinks, but Russell Wilson goes out and throws for 450 yards, the most he's ever thrown in his career. So it's obviously not on the table. Russell Wilson looks great. Now he stinks again against the Kansas City team that, hey, their problems are more on offense than they are on defense.
They're a very good defensive football team.
And now the kid's ready? Because when you look at it, he's not ready. But in 3 weeks, he's ready. Or is it, I can't afford, I'm 0-3.
To me, this timing reeks of Daboll is reading the tea leaves, and he is making a move.
And I believe your report, Alan, because I believe your sources, that this is not John Mara saying, play the kid.
No.
But that's not how John Mara operates.
Okay.
If you remember sitting in that seat right in front of us, a few months ago when we first came into these studios, we had Carl Banks on. And Carl Banks took exception to my opinion that John Mara has heavy influence.
Yeah, I remember this. All right.
And what Carl misunderstood was that I was saying that he's heavy-handed, that he's fat hands, he gets too involved. No. I don't think John Mara gets involved. He let Joe Shane let Barkley go. He made it known on Hard Knocks he did not want Barkley to go. He's not heavy-handed, but he's John Mara. He's a Mara. His father's name's on the football. They know how he feels, and that gives them the in. Like, if Daboll knows, I know Mara wants to do it. So did Mara ever say play him? No, but I'm sure Daboll thought John wants to play him because I know John Mara from afar. He is a fan of this team. He loves this team. He bleeds blue. His dad, his grandfather, his family bought this team in 1925. The one thing he can't stand is losing, but worse than that, he can't stand a fan base that doesn't care. He was at that game on Sunday. You saw the stoic look on his face during that game, looking half the building being red. And you know what's going to be happening Sunday if they didn't make this move? Half the building will be empty because there aren't that many Charger fans.
Mm-hmm.
That's the apathy is something that John Mara cannot stomach. So now, instead of opening with, must-win time for the Mets, they're about to blow a chance to go to the playoffs. Yankees will win away from going to the playoffs. We're talking about Jaxson Dart. We're talking about the Giants. There's going to be a buzz in the building on Sunday. This isn't about winning or losing. They're not going to win. Their schedule's too difficult. But you know what? They're going to be more entertaining. The fans are going to be more engaged. People are going to be talking Giants. I'm telling you. He never said the words, Alan, but everybody in that building knows John Mara was on board with this. And I hope to God as a Giant fan, Daboll's not throwing a kid to the wolves to save his job, that he honestly and truly believes that this kid is ready. But what changed in 3 weeks? He wasn't able to play against Washington.
Here's what changed.
3 weeks later, he played.
Here's what changed. The Giants are second to last in the NFL in red zone percentage.
That's
20%. Last year, when they had a god-awful offense and Daniel Jones was terrible, they were at 43%, which is still not very good, but it's still twice as good as what you saw with Russell Wilson. And if you again, 7 times now since last year, they've scored less than 10 points in a game.
No, I agree.
So what you're seeing ain't it.
I agree.
That's what changed. What changed? Well, because what do you
do? He's not ready.
Well, obviously they have to feel he's ready. They wouldn't have done this if they didn't think he could handle it. Right? It starts there. So if they've seen enough in practice, this was, from what I understand, this was a collaborative.
So you mean everyone's seen enough?
Everybody reached the point of, okay, we're done. We gave them 3 weeks.
But they're skipping over another option that they have.
Yeah, that's interesting. That is a part that's interesting, that Jameis Winston is just sort of still there.
See, this is
and now, you know what else you worry about?
Now will be the backup, right?
Because, Don, what you just talked about in that soliloquy was the 4-letter word, hope. 4-letter word. And that's the thing you try all the time. It's a 4-letter word because it's a curse and it's also a blessing. To have hope means people will come to watch and they'll care. But to have hope is also that frustrating, they pull you back in just when you thought you were out on a season. That's all that's going on. But what now you also have to watch. Number one, the room, the group. What are they thinking? Do they rally around the kid? Because through training camp, he was very popular. They loved him. So they believe in him, clearly. That's something that's important. You have that. But you also wonder what happens with Russ, a proud former star who's now being told, we're done with you. And he knows. What am I now? A backup? A mentor?
I'm sure he's going to ask for a trade.
That's not what I am. So there's that distraction.
Although it's being reported that Wilson will back up, actually.
Well,
I assume they'd just say,
cut
hey,
him?
Not cut him, but it's like, does he really want to be the backup?
Well, you're going to have to watch this. Because, again,
although he is that guy, right? A lot of people would be like, you know what, I'm good. Wilson is the guy who would be like, I'll wait, coach, get my opportunity again.
Yeah, because there's that
he is
side.
that guy.
Well, you know,
if it's Mr. Unlimited, Mr. Unlimited would want to get dealt.
Right. But it depends. But Russell,
hey, I just like being a Seahawk.
Hey, I'll do whatever I need to do. I'm a giant.
So it depends on which one it is.
The giant way.
You're right about the why, but what changed for Dart? Because if he's not ready week 1 against Washington, did something happen over the last 3 weeks with him? Where they say now he could play, or is it just, hey, he can't do any worse than Russell Wilson?
I think it's that.
But that's not that. I don't like that philosophy, because even if he's better than Russell Wilson, is he ready to play? If he's ready to play, then I'm all for it. Get the kid out there. He's a first-round pick. If he's ready, do it.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't start him on opening day.
Right.
Why didn't you start him on opening day? Because either A, he wasn't ready, or B, he's ready. But I think we got a better chance to win with Wilson. Let's steal a couple of wins here. Let's stay relevant. Now we're 0-3. We're irrelevant. Let's play the kid. As long as he's ready, I'm cool. But if it's anything other than that, Peter, then I'm not cool.
If it's bad, if he looks like he's not ready. Well, the thing is, though, there's multiple things on the table. Even though we had callers the other day, remember the one caller we had who said, we know we have our quarterback? Okay, that's not true.
I don't know that.
No one knows that. So if it's not good, there's a possibility, Don, it's the worst-case scenario. He's not ready, and they're rushing it because Daboll wants to protect his job, so he's hyping up people to think that he's ready when he's not. There's also the possibility the kid's just not the kid. But within all of that, there's the possibility that not only do you lose this season, you lose hope that there was a future. Because if it goes bad for a few games, you immediately go, oh, we can't even rest on the maybe next year we have the guy. It could all get ruined this year now.
Oh, yeah. You know who knows this well? You know who's nodding right now, listening and watching this? Jet fans. Because Jet fans have lived through this, where it's like, oh, this is the guy, and then you watch, and nah, he ain't the guy. And they've been through this. So, look, either you just keep putting out the same player, I think the last straw was what we talked about yesterday. That red zone, when he threw it in the tunnel and threw it in the first row and then just threw it up in the air out of the end zone because he felt presence in front of him and didn't want to run.
He doesn't like presence.
Chose not to run, chose not to scramble. Just get rid of the ball. I'm not getting hit. And when you see that on tape.
Oh, it looks so bad.
You're done.
That ball looks it's not good.
Those three in a row.
It was 3?
It was 3. 3, just chucks. Nope. Like, you reach that point, no, we can't do this. We can't do this.
I just hope he's ready. I'm excited because now the game feels relevant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now the Giants are on their way to 0-4. Now you feel a little bit excited.
But you don't care about the loss is less significant than his performance.
Well, because now as a Giant fan,
like Malik Neighbors doesn't get a target till the fourth. Like, there's things that a quarterback's got to have in the back of his mind.
I watched Eli have a 0.0 quarterback rating against the Ravens, where Rex Ryan said we were calling off the dogs. We thought we were going to kill him.
Yeah,
and it was embarrassing to go through those moments for the Giants. But I kept thinking, let's find out if this is the kid. And every loss was a learning experience for him. And then the highlight of that season came at the end of the year. They're playing the Cowboys, meaningless game. He changes the play at the line of scrimmage, hands off to Tiki Barber for the game-winning touchdown. And I went into the offseason after another losing season going, I got my quarterback. And then what happens the next year? They win 11 games to go to the playoffs. That's what I'm hoping for. If I'm going to watch Russell Wilson suck and the Giants lose, then what are we doing?
Nothing.
Russell Wilson has no future here. That's why I was getting frustrated with the conversation we had with Tyrod Taylor. You start winning games with Tyrod Taylor, you're not learning anything.
Nothing.
He's 36, got no future.
No.
You're going to want to learn. You're going to want to win. You're going to want to win just
and Aaron
the field.
Glenn made that clear right away.
So that's why I get excited.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping, because I'm in the camp, and a lot of people disagree, 1-800-919-3776, that you can only learn from playing. I don't believe that. I think you can learn from watching. You can learn from being in the room, being around guys, just digesting everything you need to digest.
But what are you learning when Russell Wilson is throwing the ball away in the red zone
I get it.
rather than trying to make a play?
But
you're learning,
on the other hand,
you're learning I can do that.
But you also don't want to create bad habits, not be ready and play terrible and lose your confidence. I saw it happen to Carr in Houston. He got sacked, 60-plus times that rookie year, and it broke him.
Yeah.
It broke him.
Yeah.
I still think listen, I don't think Zach Wilson's a good quarterback, but it's on the table that the Jets broke him because he wasn't ready. They threw him into the season, and they maybe irreparable damage to him.
Yeah.
Maybe the same thing with Sam Darnold, between throwing him in early, him suffering mono, remember missing those games, and it might have taken 3 years for him to figure it out again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that to happen, especially if it's going to be a new regime. So I'm just hoping they made the right decision. But now I'm excited.
But the Giants don't want this either. And you know who especially doesn't want it is Joe Shane. He doesn't want that because this pick could be his Phil Simms. What was it, 1979, whatever year it was, right? Morehead State?
Yeah,
like that. That's the first significant George Young piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's for Joe Shane, that's what it's got to be. This has got to be my guy. So I can't do this. Whether Daboll's trying to save his job or not, I can veto it and say, no, he's not ready. We can't put him in there yet. But if enough people get together and and they all go, no, he can handle it. You look around the room and you go, okay, if you guys believe it, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And that's where I think they got to after watching the tape of Sunday night's game, because that was an embarrassment.
Don, when I hear someone say veto it, I think wearing your skivvies and handcuffs and a police hat going through a gay club late at night. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
You don't follow, do you?
No.
Come on, man. Sopranos.
Yeah.
Veto.
Oh.
Veto.
Johnny Cakes.
I wasn't on that.
Didn't you watch with Johnny Cakes?
I did.
You know he watched the episode when Vito got his brains blown out. By the way, it's not okay, by the way. That storyline is very troubling, right? They kill it.
Well,
where'd we just go?
the pool cue. See, I watched it in his living room.
Oh, with him.
Yeah.
He actually, how often do you see a character get smoked and you're sitting with the character?
Right.
Don did it.
Imagine just being like, it's not quite the same level, but close. Like if you're at Jimmy Kahn's house watching the scene at the toll booth.
Back
in 1970,
yeah,
right?
That's right. Wait, it was a pool cue?
That was they put it someplace.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like a calling card for what
that's
happened.
that's not again.
What a
not
calling
okay.
card.
It's not The Godfather. It's close. It's
By
in
the
the
way,
room.
it's Godfather Jay. Sopranos right there.
That was kind of a cool moment for me. Me, Nancy, my brother, and whichever wife it was at the time. And
That's not what
Well,
you
I'll just
say.
Anyways, yeah.
It's not what you say.
What do you say?
His ex-wife. Just safely say his ex. You know it's not Valletta's.
Whatever.
It was just a lot more fun.
It was
a lot more fun to say it
at
that
the
way.
time.
I'm sorry. That was cool. And listen, it wasn't just me. I mean, he had like a good, it
was a party.
20, 30
This
people. there, but
really
it was
would
nice
have
to
been
go.
a lot more relevant if Tommy DeVito was the next.
Yes.
By the
quarterback.
way,
then we'd really have.
all you'd have to
relevancy.
say is veto it next to Tommy DeVito. Vito and Vito.
Yeah.
Right.
The phones are blowing up. Let's get to them. What are you thinking? We've all given our opinion. It's now time for you. 1-800-919-3776. And let's start it off. I guess, stay in that group there. Vinny in Staten Island.
Oh,
You're on
yeah.
ESPN
Yeah,
New York.
all
What's
right.
up, Vinny?
Perfect.
What's up, guys? How
What's
you
up, man?
doing?
Good,
John,
man.
what you were saying before, you can learn on the job, but you got to learn on the job with the right coach. Daboll is a lame duck right now, and his play calling, Kafka's play calling, it's terrible. This kid's going to have no offensive line. He's got Malik Neighbors out there who only plays when he wants to play. He's got no running game. I would just throw Jameis Winston out there. Jameis Winston will make the game fun. He'll throw around. He might throw some interceptions, but he'll throw for 300 yards if you let him throw.
Vinny, we're already at the place with the Malik Neighbors. We're just he plays when he wants
I
to
don't
play.
think
We're
that
out
was
on Malik
fair.
Neighbors.
I think Malik
he
Neighbors is trying to. He wants to win. Like he wants the offense to click. And if you saw some of the stuff he saw where he's running routes, like I can only do go routes because this dude doesn't have the time for me to run a slant because Russ is going to get rid of the ball. So I got to just do go routes and throw it up in the air. Like that would drive me crazy. Andrew Thomas is back and looked pretty good. So your offensive line got a lot better.
He played, 25% of the snaps?
Yeah, they're
he
bringing
won,
him along.
He won every snap.
Felt like it.
They did the calculus.
Oh, really?
100, he won 100% of the snaps.
It sure looked like
that
it.
was such a New York sports fan little thing to throw in there because Malik Neighbors, he plays when he wants to play. You're out on him. He's the most talented player on the team. You can have him for a decade.
Honestly,
you're out.
What's also great though is that throwing Winston, he'll be fun to watch. He'll throw some picks. He'll throw some.
Right.
Wait,
how does that go?
Now, we've gone from you want to see the kid to I don't mind some interceptions if the guy's funny.
Wouldn't you feel? Wouldn't you feel
But he's
better?
funny though.
But I would feel a lot better about this decision if Daboll had a couple of years left on his contract. Because then we take off the table he's trying to save his job, right? So there'd be a little bit more faith in it.
I get what you're saying because it does feel desperate, but from what I know, this wasn't in a vacuum. This wasn't a coach making a decision without any input. Because to me, if I'm in the front office, and I don't believe he's ready, that's my guy. Like, this my player. You might get fired, but I don't have to get fired because that's my guy. You're not ruining my guy. So I do think this had to have been a collaborative.
Let's keep it going. Flavio in Brooklyn. You're on ESPN New York.
What a great name.
All right.
Flavio!
Thank you. What's going on, Peter? What's going on Hahn and Don?
What's up?
So I obviously do believe that Malik Neighbors is a very talented player, unlike the last caller. But I do feel that Jameis Winston should at least have started against the Chargers. I don't want to throw Jaxson Dart into this fire because I was like, let him play against the Saints. Let's see what we have with Jameis for at least one game and then carry it from there. But my whole worry when I was playing Anthony was I don't want Dart to be running for his life. I don't want him to end up, where he's getting sacked and then he's having to, throw unnecessarily. And that performance from Russell Wilson was putrid. I never want to see him in a Giants uniform ever again.
Is it possible, Flavio, that we're looking at Dart backing up Wilson as a reflection on Dart? Did anybody ever think it was a reflection on Winston? Like maybe the Giants, remember, because they got Winston and Wilson before the draft.
But it would just be weird because here's the thing that's weird about it. Well, number one, Winston's been Winston all along. So I didn't see when we saw him play in the preseason. It didn't seem like he fell off a cliff. I think what
maybe
he
they
is.
just think he's here. He's going to help the kid out because he was a former first overall pick and all that. Maybe they just look at it. I don't think.
I stand by he would have been better than Wilson. I truly believe in my heart he's better.
We'll
than
never
Wilson.
know.
Well, I guess we won't never know.
Another thing you got to hope is we don't see him
but
because
by the way,
you want Dart to play.
Flavio just acted as if the offensive line has still been playing like it was in the Washington game.
Right.
No.
It hasn't been
But
the
also,
same since.
and adding Thomas. But another thing, the Chargers, there's no Bosa, right? There's no, they don't have they're not like a known pass rush kind of team, right? Where they kill.
They're banged up too.
They don't kill quarterbacks.
They're a very good
do they?
football team.
No,
Yeah,
they're good and well coached. Don't get me wrong.
No, they're a good team. They're one of the best teams in football. But
I don't. You got to correct me because I don't know it well enough. I don't know them to be that kind of team where they kill quarterbacks.
Not to the point of.
I want to check their rank.
And then you got New Orleans next week, but then you got the short turnaround against Philadelphia. But they're hoping maybe by then, hey, I got 2 games under my belt. Bring on Philadelphia. 1-800-919-3776. Here's the lay of the land. I'm going to dart off for a sec because I got to go to the Rock. The traffic's building. I'm going to get there real quick.
Hey, you said Dart twice.
Yeah, bet. Then we're going to have Mike Greenberg come in.
Greeny, that's going to be fun.
When's that?
I really hope the
4 o'clock,
audience.
baby.
I really hope the audience heard Anthony speak in my ear.
I don't think
Because
did.
Otherwise, if I went, you would think what happened to
Something
Don. I was
severely-
reacting to something. I
that
thought
wasn't on the air?
No,
No, it was on
it
the air.
was. We confirmed it. I was
good.
nervous for a
That's
second.
good to know.
But Mike Greenberg's going to be in studio. Please tell him I said hello. I'll talk to him, but I wish
I'm
I
going
could
to
be in
tell him
studio with
that
him.
you felt like it was okay for you to leave before he got here.
So I'll be on until 6:30 because I'm going to do the Devils and Islanders tonight at the Rock, my second preseason game.
Exciting. I'll be watching.
But we are on till 7, so we're looking forward to it. All here on Don and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Now, I have an ad. It's brought to you by BetterHelp. Now, listen up, people, because people are turning every which direction for support, all right? Not everyone is a therapist. Not everyone is the one you should talk to. You got to find the right match, and you can do exactly that with BetterHelp. See, BetterHelp therapists, they work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S., all right? BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy, all right? Here's how it works. You get a short questionnaire that helps you identify your needs and preferences, and their 10-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rates mean they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recs. completely online. Plus, you can pause whenever you need to, all right? Switch therapists at any time, too, at no extra cost. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally as the largest online provider in the world, all right? They can provide you the access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/timeout. That's betterhelp.com/timeout.
Hi, former New York Giant Leonard Marshall here. Please join me at the Alzheimer's Foundation of America Family Fun Day on September 27th. Bring your family to AFA's Barbara Rabinowitz Education and Resource Center in Amityville for a fun-filled day of intergenerational activities in celebration of Grandparents Appreciation Month. Learn more and register at AFA September 27th Family Fun Day by visiting www.afalongisland.org or calling 631-223-4000.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Game time isn't just on the field. It's in your driveway, too. At Kia City of the Bronx, they're making plays with the full lineup of brand new Kias ready for you at 3505 Connor Street. Don't sit on the sidelines while your dream car drives by. Visit KiaCity.com or call 646-917-7955 and they'll get you behind the wheel of something fresh. Kia City of the Bronx. This is how the Bronx drives.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. We're going to start off in Nassau County. Ryder Cup teed off this morning with practices in Farmingdale. Still hitting the brakes on Bethpage State Parkway, heading into Bethpage State Park. Gridlock alert day with the UN General Assembly in town. Definitely want to avoid 1st and 2nd Avenues on the east side. FDR northbound jam with a broken down car by the 59th Street Bridge. Delays go back into the 20s. Lighter than normal on the Cross Bronx westbound, heading over to the outbound George due to the holiday. Packed there from the Bronx River Parkway. Inbound George looking good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln and Helen tunnels about 10 to 15 minutes each. This report is sponsored by ParkWiz. New Yorkers know the hacks, and here's one for parking. Reserve ahead and pay up to 50% less than drive-up rates. With ParkWiz, you can book your parking in advance, skip the hassle of searching, and save every time. Download the ParkWiz app today. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier, to serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready, we're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Oh.
You like this?
That feels good.
You know I'm a big fan.
Oh, I know you are.
Yeah.
And Pete Rock's a big Knick fan.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, very big.
Speaking of Knicks, media day today.
I see a quotable that's out there. It's moving around.
There's some stuff.
Yeah,
there's some stuff going on there. We might finally be able to start talking Knicks at some point. But, of course, this is about the Giants right now. Jaxson Dart is now your starting quarterback. You've only had to wait 3 weeks for it. You had to endure some ugly football along the way, but it happened. And so we want to talk to you about it. 800
Back page of the paper.
3776. What do you think? Well, they were
Jaxson Dart.
I like that. They were already calling for it Monday. Like I think the News and the Post already were putting it out there. And it just was a matter of them having those meetings that you got to have. The conversation and everybody that is part of the coaching staff knowing what we saw in film, that's not what it's supposed to look like. We got an issue at quarterback. We got to fix it. And that, look,
I'm gonna find out.
I referenced Darius Slayton, veteran on the team, who was just begging everybody to not be so quick, not only to shove the kid out into the spotlight, but then once you build him up, don't start tearing him apart if it doesn't hit right away.
I mean, if they do, look, he's talented. He's shown himself to be able to learn fast. I think he's capable of being an NFL quarterback. I think he's capable of being a good NFL quarterback. But, if they do, and if we do have a lackluster, performance, maybe a week or two, it's like, well, then if that's the case, give him some time, give him some grace. Don't show up and boo him a game or two in if he doesn't do well, which I don't expect him to do well. But I'm just saying the reality is it might not. So if that's the case, like give him time to grow, give us time to gel, and, let him be an NFL quarterback and let him figure out what that is and learn and grow and learn us as players, playing with us players. And, give him a chance to grow and become a good quarterback. It's something that I feel like Daniel Jones probably didn't get the chance to do is get the chance to become a good NFL quarterback. And, something that I hope that Jaxson Dart will get the chance to do if he does get the opportunity to play.
Find that interesting, right? That he would bring up Daniel Jones, who he obviously has history with.
I just found it the most measured, reasonable wide receiver quotes I've ever heard in my life. That was just so
thoughtful.
Very, very thoughtful. But I
thought it was great analysis and used a recent example to prove his point, because that's what happens. We had calls for 3 weeks about start the kid, throw him out there. He should play. So everybody that believes that he should play now, that called for it after week 1, that called for it after week 3, all of you understand. Now, I can't tell you how to fan.
No.
But you heard Darius Slayton. You know what he's telling you? Now you have to do something that's very hard for a fan to do.
Be patient.
Show patience. Yeah. You have to give it time, because you can't expect immediate impact. You have to expect, and if you get it, great. But don't expect it. Don't build it up to be something where if he doesn't look like Joe Montana in his first couple of weeks, you call him a bust. Don't do that. That's what they're trying to say. And guys like Slayton, Neighbors is still young, but at least he's got a year under his belt. Those guys and that line have to treat him like he's that little brother that they want to make. We want you to succeed. That's what you want to see. Does the offense as a unit care about Dart so much that they do whatever it takes to make sure he's protected and has success? That's what you want to see. That's all you're getting here.
We're going to find out.
It's baby steps. So let's hear more from the people. 800-919-3776. Don on his way to the Rock. He will be joining us back momentarily. Back to the calls. Nick, East Meadow, you're up next.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, Nick?
I don't think people realize that Jaxson Dart is not going to be this player right away. He is not going to be Eli going in for Kurt Warner. I don't know why people are getting so excited over this.
Now, what makes you think that he's not going to give them any lift whatsoever?
I mean, I think it's because, he doesn't have the players that are going to make him be successful. Yeah, he has neighbors, and I don't know what the other guy was talking about before. He was probably flipping burgers with Evan Neal, but my God, Malik Neighbors is a great wide receiver, and he's going to help Jaxson Dart be a stud. But everybody else is going to get him killed. The offensive line is going to get him killed. And part of me thinks that's why people were saying Jameis Winston should start.
Yeah, because you know what you're getting from Jameis Winston. But if the Giants, who saw all three quarterbacks in training camp, feel like the next part of the progression is to go to the kid, then they have to believe that they've seen enough, at least in practice, that he can handle himself. What you want to see is that he can feel that pressure if the pocket is closing on him. We know he's got the athleticism to be elusive. We saw that in preseason, but it's a different animal when you get into the regular season in the NFL. Frank in West New York. What's up, Frank?
Hey, guys. All I called yesterday, and all I said was there's no real time to determine whether your quarterback's ready or not. But and a lot of times, even I remember Amani Toomer putting this out that Eli was a project quarterback, like anything else. But at the same time, it's when you put your rookie quarterback out there, especially a team that finished 3-14 last year, a lot of times you're looking for that quarterback. It's like all you can do is it's like dropping your kid at the first day of school. Hope he has a smooth transition, and hope he comes back in one piece.
Yes, obviously, one piece is preferable.
Yeah, that's what you're going for.
You know what I mean? But look, it's really odd because, Peter, if you're a top 10 pick, there's a lot of feeling like, well, you're really good. You're supposed to be good, right? So you almost have like this belief that you should step into the league and be good. Because he was a trade back into the late first round pick, it almost seems like trepidation that maybe he's not good enough.
It's split
Dak
down the middle.
Prescott wasn't a first round pick.
But don't you feel like this is completely split? There's a feeling because people have said he's going to be the guy that you're almost treating him like he's a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
But then there's just like, whoa, remember, he's not that. Let's give him time.
Right.
So I just feel like everyone is twixt between with this kid on what he's going to be.
Which
so
makes
there's excitement,
Sunday
there's nervousness. Oh, it's going to be thrilling.
So compelling.
Super.
Like the first series. And it's scripted. The first series, the first throw, the first read, the first time he feels pressure and has to get out of it.
Listen, we have
him
good
and Cam
news.
Scatterboo. There's your offense.
We have good news, though. There is going to be we have at least 3 or 4 weeks now. Well, regardless of wins or losses, we have intriguing Giants football to watch.
That's a good point.
We get to review this kid now.
You might get to Halloween with worthwhile football.
Just worth watching.
Worthwhile.
Not worthwhile.
Worth
watching.
Well, worth your while because you're watching.
Spend the time. Sure.
You're watching.
And by the way, if he turns out to be good, then results or not, it's a whole worthwhile season.
It's funny you say that. Kadeem in the car is asking that question exactly. Kadeem.
Gentlemen, good afternoon first and foremost.
What's
Secondly, what's up? So, Peter mentioned it before you guys went to break, BetterHelp. And you, Alan, mentioned hope. And I'm here. I know he's not on right now, but I'm here to give Don some therapy free of charge.
He's listening.
There you go.
He's in the car listening.
All right, Don. So the thing is that I understand he's been heartbroken so much. And I understand why there's pessimism because he just doesn't want to get his hopes up and have his heart broken again. And his analysis is fair, it's intelligent, waiting for the kid. But now that we're at this point, I feel like Daboll was in a situation where you get Russell Wilson before the draft, regardless the cachet of Russell Wilson, you had to at least give him a shot and see it through. But now that we are the way we are, what happens if it works? You're telling me in the next 3 weeks, if Jaxson Dart plays tough against the Chargers, you beat the Saints, and you play tough against the Eagles, he's got 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 picks. You're happy with that. And as long as you see some flashes, then you're going to be excited moving forward with this kid. So all I ask you to do, Don, is soften your heart, my friend. Soften it a bit. And don't have blind faith, but have unwarranted optimism that this could be the turn for your New York Giants. That's all I got, gentlemen.
It's that. It's like that moment, like you're wondering if years from now you look back, right, and say, I remember when they named him the quarterback, just like we always reference Eli Manning when he took over for Kurt Warner. Like, would you, again, Peter, you had a kid come in and just change your franchise around immediately. So it's a little different. But honestly, like he just said, he throws a touchdown, maybe 2 picks, but the touchdown looks like something. And you feel like almost, if you're a Giants fan, you should just be looking for just a little glimmer of something.
No.
You can't look for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Right.
Just show me capability.
Yes, but by the time we get to January.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Here's what I need to see.
You want to see it uptick.
I want to see a clear uptick, and more than that, for the first time, compared to Zach Wilson, compared to Sam Darnold, compared to Daniel Jones, it would just be nice to know. You get to watch for 12 games and go, maybe not 1,000% no, but like 80%, we got a guy. Every guy who's come to this town, and by the end of their first year, and sometimes their second and third year, which is why I famously said, when it takes you that long to get an answer, you've got an answer.
You got your answer.
I just hope that by the end of the year, you go, pretty sure this Jaxson Dart guy's the guy.
Like we got a guy.
Listen,
which, by the way, in the Giant organization, that's what they're saying. I can tell you.
I know they are.
Privately, because they didn't want to overhype it.
They've said things before.
They've
said things. Maybe
not
about
like this.
Maybe not about quarterbacks, but they
look at him and what he's made of personality-wise. Like, again, the consistency is the most important thing. You get a guy in, you draft somebody, you bring him in a training camp. The first impressions are always going to be there. What a great guy! But then the more you get to know him, put him through some tough practices, workouts, frustrations, day to day, you start to really see who they are. They look at him, and they truly like.
Well, how about this?
Like, we got a guy. They put a lot of work in him pre-draft, so they know him well.
Well, first of all,
they think they got something.
The chain that he wears on game day says he believes he's the guy. You cannot be
a
scrubby backup and wear the Cuban link, the big-ass iced-out Cuban link he wears, under it.
I know what you're talking about.
That's an aggressive. It may be the first time a white quarterback in history has attempted to pull off.
I think Burrow.
No, not on the field, though.
Oh, on the field. No, fair point.
He's wearing it under his jersey. That's
going to get snatched. You can't wear that as a starter.
Wait, watch out. Now, this is an interesting point we got in the chat room. Where's the guy's name? I'm going to try to find his name, but his comment was, it was Mike Rella. He said, it was never about Dart being ready. You had to start Russ. Now, that's an interesting thought we haven't discussed much. It was kind of like, out of respect and the deal we made and the kind of player that he is, we're starting Russell Wilson. So we brought him in here.
So we're giving you the opportunity to begin, but if it doesn't hold,
correct.
Then we go to the kid.
Exactly. It's like the opposite of a rookie. Instead of proving yourself, you as a veteran, you can earn this job and keep it yours because you're a Super Bowl MVP. But if it doesn't work out, we're going to our kid. Yeah. And we gave him 3 and we're out.
They get him and Jameis before they even got to the draft.
Exactly. They thought Russ was the starter and Jameis was the backup. Keep in mind also, first game, horrible. We can't bench him after 1. Disrespect. Game 2, amazing. All right, let's see what happens next. Guess what? Terrible again. You're out.
Yeah. All right. We saw it twice.
So maybe that's it. Maybe they're completely sure Dart is the guy.
Remember, the Pittsburgh Steelers used him for the rest of the season, then said, we're all set.
One of the big we're all sets in history.
That was huge.
Yeah.
Well, here's the funny part. They sat Justin Fields, but wanted to talk to Justin Fields about coming back and told Russell Wilson, we're all set.
But we know with you, we're all set.
Wow. 800-919-3776. We'll continue with your calls. Stay with us. Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-90 Turbo Select for $249 for 24 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S1225248. MSRP $40,000. Zero security deposit. Ends 9/30/25.
Don't take slow for an answer. Not so easy when you're stuck in traffic. But mere inches from someone else's bumper, you can dream of faster things. Like Optimum Fiber, the fastest and most reliable fiber internet, starting at $40 a month. So while you can't always switch lanes for a faster route, you can switch providers for a faster connection. Optimum. Don't take slow for an answer. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/fiber today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Hey Yankees fans, hit your next adventure out of the park and onto the water with City Cruises New York. Sail your way to epic skyline views, delicious dining, and premium drinks. Upgrade your game day with a dining cruise, a cocktail sail, or a night with your favorite entertainers aboard City Cruises Live. Whether you're celebrating a win or just the weekend, City Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the New York Yankees. Book today at citycruises.com/New York.
Record numbers of residents are getting quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. If you recently had a major life event such as marriage, pregnancy, or insurance loss, you may be eligible to enroll now. All health plans include preventive care, prescriptions, emergency services, and more. 9 in 10 enrolling get financial help, and many pay $10 a month or less. Find out if you qualify at getcovered.nj.gov. That's getcovered.nj.gov.
Did you know you can get more with New York Lottery Plus?
You pulling my leg?
No, seriously. Just enter scratch off and draw game tickets and get more points.
Pulling a fast one?
No. And you can put your points towards chances to win gift cards, cash prizes, and more.
Is this a stunt?
No, you even get points for playing new games.
You're pulling my chain, aren't you?
No.
Pulling my finger?
What? No, man, put that thing away.
Sorry.
Introducing New York Lottery Plus. Download the app, sign up, get more. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
This Ryder Cup, if you can't make it to Bethpage, then this is the place to be. Join the Michael K. Show, broadcasting live from 1 to 3 p.m. at Ryder Cup Live from Rockefeller Center, Midtown Manhattan's ultimate golf fan fest. Experience massive video boards, interactive golf challenges, themed cocktails, official Ryder Cup gear, and the electric energy of golf's greatest rivalry. From Thursday through Sunday, it's all happening in the heart of New York City. The Michael K. Show, live from Ryder Cup Live. Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of the Ryder Cup.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Irish Whiskey because, boys, when it's game time, you had it.
Okay, it's too long.
That we definitely need to edit that one.
It's like it feels like it should be shortened just
a little bit. We could definitely edit that. The Mets open a series with the Cubbies.
Oh boy,
yeah, that's a big one. Coverage begins immediately following us on 880 at 7 p.m. The Yankees and the White Sox, like you dream about, 7:05 for that one. Yankees still 2 games out of the American League East. The Rangers we got some preseason hockey. Rangers and the Bruins at the Garden tonight, 7 o'clock. And Islanders Devils at the Rock at 7 with Don LaGreca on the call.
That's something to do.
On the MSG.
You know there are two news stories out there today. Did you close it?
Not yet. No, no. Okay. That needed to be edited out. Tullamore Dew, the original. This was yesterday's copy. The original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew, honey, during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Jimmy Kimmel is back tonight on ABC.
Yep.
And Don LaGreca is on the call for Devils Rangers.
These are
the broadcasting stories of today.
Yes.
Everyone make your choices.
I have, yes. I'll stick to sports.
Did you play my song coming back? Did I miss it?
Mass Appeal.
Oh, he played Mass Appeal.
Yeah.
Oh, he did good. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad I didn't miss it.
Yeah, you weren't back yet, so I didn't play
Oh,
it.
thank
I
you.
pivoted.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
On his way, literally walking to the building, Mike Greenberg will be joining us.
Thank you for the update.
What?
We're getting Mike Greenberg's walking
Well,
updates.
I'm saying he's going to be here, and he'll be on the show in 9 minutes.
And I'll be treating this as his show.
I'm sorry.
I'll play his walk-in
wait.
music, too.
That's not important.
Well,
to you.
you're
Greeny.
Hold
It's
on.
great.
I love Greeny.
Okay.
We love Greeny.
And he's
But-
going to be here in person, sitting in that chair.
You're giving him like the Goldberg entrance where they show him. Jacob, it's like Goldberg. They show him knocking on the door in the locker room. You're giving it's Greenberg, not Goldberg.
Well, for me,
he is Goldberg.
It's like Goldberg. Everything he's done for me. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's a good point.
This is a big deal.
He is your Goldberg.
I'm sorry, I got excited.
No,
But
listen. I want you to keep filling in on Get Up. But listen, Greeny's gone for a week. I need more Hahn TV.
Well, we need more calls. 800-919-3776. Don LaGreca will be getting back onto the show once he gets to the Rockies en route now. So we go to Dave, who's also in a car. Hey, Dave.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good.
I heard some of the conversation before about Jaxson Dart, and I kind of agree. It's just like I think you have to play him. Watching Russell Wilson make like certain plays stick in my mind every time he rolls out, and you see like he can make a move. He gives up on the play.
Run. Yes.
And then obviously the last game on Sunday night where he threw 3 balls into the stands, 1 down the tunnel, which you can't win like that and everything, which drives. But so I'm okay with the kid playing. But I have a question for Peter. Peter, compared to your watching Commanders teams of old with like RG3, when you thought he showed up and how well he played and everything, like our line compared to that team's line, like in comparison, is better or worse? Like certain things got better because I think we put the young kid in. So I'm wondering what the only difference was in RG's knee gave out on him on that terrible field. I'm just thinking, I guess really what it is I want to see him do well. I just don't know if we have the line to do it, and then the lame duck coaching, if Daboll's going to stay or not. I'll get off and let you guys.
That's a very interesting question. I'll tell you this. RG3 had a young Trent Williams on the left side of his line, which is maybe. Listen, you feel really good about Andrew Thomas, right? You got. Yeah. I don't know if he's Trent Williams, but he's a really good player.
He's very good. Trending.
Yeah, he's trending the right way. Listen, I don't. There's so much loaded into every quarterback, particularly someone like RG3, but every quarterback sort of, health. I know nothing about the fragility of Jaxson Dart. I don't know. Do you? I don't know what he's built like yet. So all you're going to have to do is get out there and see what he looks like. I don't. This offensive line is not terrible. I think 2 things. They didn't have Thomas week 1. The Commanders' defense has been better than anyone expected so far. The Commanders' defense actually gets after it pretty good. And Russell Wilson's been bad. That can make a line look terrible.
You remember against your team week 1, I got on him. There was a bootleg, and instead of running, he tried some ridiculous fakakta shovel pass.
No, the only mistake you made, Alan, is that you thought at the time he should have tried. That's not even in him to try anymore.
No.
Doesn't even have it.
That looked to me like get to the pylon before the linebacker. And instead, he almost waited for the linebacker and took the hit.
He either doesn't have that gear anymore or doesn't think he has that gear anymore.
Or doesn't want to.
Or doesn't want that gear anymore.
It hurts when you're in pursuit and get tackled, probably harder than if I'm bracing for tackle.
Right?
Oh,
yeah. No, they're getting pulled down.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
Like you saw CeeDee Lamb, right?
Yeah.
The hip drop.
That can happen, or horse collar.
And if you're trying not to get hurt, you're not running for the pylon. But anybody else is running for the pylon right there. So I saw, those are the little pieces of evidence that make you say to yourself, I don't know if he wants to really get hit anymore.
It is worth remembering.
Like, who wants to get hit? Nobody, but
it
is part of the game.
It is worth remembering that just as easily as an offensive line can make a quarterback look terrible, a quarterback can make an offensive line look terrible.
I've heard that. I've heard that from the Jets about Zach Wilson.
Oh yeah.
I heard that a lot.
They do the wrong thing, look the wrong way, take two, whatever it is, things we don't understand. It's the things that are happening within the game.
Don't see the coverage, don't know to call it out.
And all of a sudden, your O-line looks like they're getting burned all day when really it's not that.
Or the guys holding the ball too. They would complain about this in Denver, where he'd scramble so much, and the offensive line's like, well, we don't know where he's going. I don't know what he's doing.
I'm sort of getting the feeling, I don't know why, I sort of have the feeling that Dart's going to, I don't know how it's going to turn out. I think he's going to come out of the gate pretty strong. I think Sunday will be fun and interesting, and they will look alive because of him.
You think they'll keep it simple, which is usually when it's good.
Yeah,
when they keep it simple.
We call it vanilla.
Yeah.
That's what we call it.
Vanilla. It's a flavor.
That's right.
We'll keep the calls rolling, 800-919-3776.
And you can watch us on YouTube, for God's sake. Don't you want to see Mike Greenberg in the flesh?
Well, I would hope so.
Greeny's going to be here. Who knows what he's going to be wearing? So jump on the YouTube, ESPN New York, wherever you find your YouTube.
Subscribe.
Smash, destroy, do it all.
As well, which is also leading me into telling you that ESPN New York is streaming live on YouTube, literally right now. And you can catch not just our show, all your favorite shows, including DiPietro and Rothenberg, Bart and Carlin. We saw Chris today. Good to see him. Michael K. Show. Our show as well. Live video every day during the week. You can watch, you can chat, join the conversation there. Peter's following along right now, reading some of your better comments. All of it exclusively on YouTube. So get to the ESPN New York channel, subscribe to it, and never miss a single moment, which includes a Couchcast next Monday, which you know will be entertaining. Speaking of entertaining, the great Mike Greenberg in studio with us next to discuss Giants' decision with Jaxson Dart, the Jets, and more. So stay with us. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The Ryder Cup is more than golf. It's a global celebration. And this year, Ryder Cup Live makes you part of it all. Cheer with fans at Rockefeller Center. Join watch parties at New York's favorite bars. Or host your own unforgettable gathering with Ryder Cup Live fan kits. Whether you're in the city, on Long Island, or at home with friends, you can rally behind your team and share in the energy of golf's biggest stage. The Ryder Cup. It's not just a match, it's a movement.
At Garden City Mazda, discover more about what moves you.
Our fall kickoff savings start now. Don't miss out.
Our inventory of new and Mazda certified pre-owned vehicles is unmatched in New York.
Embrace every unexpected turn with the new 2025 Mazda lineup. Refined performance. Spacious interiors to fit your life. Elevate your driving experience.
Garden City Mazda. Exhilaration at every turn, exceptional in every way.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
What if a quarterback completed 4 out of his 5 passes? Or a point guard hit 4 out of 5 shots from behind the arc? Well, now, when you're hiring, you can play at that level. Because 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter's technology hustles to find skilled people for your job. And you can invite your top picks to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Nicely done.
Wait.
Almost should have Grady just take this out at this point, but we got the theme music going, as you remember, of course.
Back and better than ever, Greeny with you here on ESPN Radio New York. Alan Hahn, Peter Rosenberg, delighted to be here. Where the hell is Hembo?
So he just
and I don't see Golick. I don't know what the hell I'm doing in here. I don't know how to do this anymore.
It's like riding a bike, though, right? Like you hear the music, it almost like you just know exactly where to go.
This was the theme that we did for Greeny for however 4 years that we did that radio show. Yes, it is great to be back. It is great to see you guys. It's great to be a block away. This is a
convenient.
delight. Yeah, and these are. It's the first time I've been in these studios. It's beautiful.
Pretty nice, right?
Yeah, really nice.
Although we do have a problem with the gray walls, considering that for Don and I, gray, and then our hair, it's just sort of we kind of blend in. It's muted, way too muted.
It's not a problem for Peter, I see.
No, it's not. You know what the comment I get is? And I got it again yesterday in the chat. Peter, enough with the beard dye. It's unbecoming. I don't have any beard dye.
No?
Now, I do.
No Beijing?
When I do, like, TV, I will go over it and make sure in case. But I don't right now. Does this look weird?
No, it does not look weird.
They said it looks unnatural, but it is natural. For God's sake.
The man at least has hair somewhere.
Yeah, and I won't show you my back.
It's growing in all the wrong places.
That's exactly how it goes, Greeny, at this stage of life.
Don LaGreca will be joining us at some point on his way to the Rock. You know, he's calling Devils games.
I know. It's great. I'm so happy for him. Right? I mean, I've known Don, of all the people at ESPN New York, I've known Don the longest. He started right when we came on in New York, which was in the fall of 2001, which obviously was a terrible time here for entirely other reasons, of course. But Don and I became good friends from the very beginning, and we are basically the same age. We grew up sort of around the same time. We had a lot of similarities. Both of us fell in love with our teams because of our dad and everything. So I love Don. I'm sorry that he's not here, but I know hockey is his passion. I'm thrilled that he is there. We could have him guess the Devils that are on the list in the book.
Oh, I like.
But I want to get
Devils
his thoughts
and Rangers. Okay, so Rook, I want to start with explaining the book.
First, I do want to just let everybody see that Mike Greenberg has another book out. He and Hembo put this one together. Got Your Legends. This, again, one of those that you pull it on, any chapter you open up, instant debate comes up, just like your first book with the numbers, because from what I understand, this is basically the Mount Rushmore of all your franchises.
Correct.
Right?
Every franchise in sports. So here's what it is.
Which means somebody's being left off a list that's going to set people off.
Well, I'll start with this, all right? So, I mean, I assume your listeners, everyone wants to talk about Jaxson Dart today, and I certainly have a lot of thoughts on that.
We're getting there.
The idea of the book is pretty simple. We take all 124 teams in the 4 sports, in the NFL, the NHL, the Major League Baseball, and the NBA, and we rank them from 1 to 124 based on all of the significant data. This is all Hembo's research, and you work with him. He's the best in the business.
The best.
So there's no opinion involved in that. It is ranking them based upon what they have accomplished. The only place that we put an opinion is to break ties. We will use historical significance and relevancy and things like that.
Okay.
Should be no surprise. The Yankees are number 1 out of the 124. Then for every franchise, from the best to the worst and everyone in between, we choose their Mount Rushmore. We choose the 4 legends, the 4 faces of the franchise.
Coaches and players?
It can include coaches, owners, broadcasters, and in a very select few cases, there are broadcasters
Michael Kay, obviously,
included.
for the Yankees.
Not Michael. Michael did not make it, but Marv Albert does is included in the book. Vin Scully is included in the book. Harry Carey, and a few others. But anyway, to answer your question, the first 4 people that didn't make the Yankees Mount Rushmore would probably have been the best Mount Rushmore of almost any other franchise.
I almost don't want to hear any because I'm so curious about all of them.
Okay.
But before even that, are the Celtics number 2?
The Celtics are number 2. So here's what we do.
Attaboy.
So
Thataway, Hembo.
What is very difficult to do is to compare the Canadiens to the Lakers. So we have everything in tiers. So the first tier is the first four. So there's the number one basketball, football, hockey, and baseball team are on the first tier. The second tier has 8 teams. So it's 2 from each of the sports. The third tier has 4 teams from each of the sports. So 16. So breaking the tie between the Celtics and the Lakers was hard. And I can tell you that it was while we were writing the book that the Celtics won their 18th championship, breaking the tie with the Lakers for the most of all time.
So they did it for you, basically.
That was the way that we ultimately wound up breaking that, splitting those hairs. I think the Laker Mount Rushmore is actually slightly better than the Celtic Mount Rushmore, although you're pulling hairs that were splitting hairs.
Well, it's more modern, though, right? Would you say
Well,
the Laker Mount Rushmore is way more modern?
Let me guess my Celtics Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Bird, Auerbach, Russell.
Yep.
The question is 4. Kuzi?
Not Kuzi.
Havlicek?
Yes, John Havlicek. John Havlicek, who is the most overlooked immortal of all time. And we wrote this when we did the book about numbers, but let me find the stat because I think it is an incredible statistic. John Havlicek scored more points in a Celtic uniform than Russell or Bird or any other Celtic. At the time he retired, he was 3rd in history in scoring and 6th in assists. And to this day, this is my favorite stat, there are 2 players in NBA history who scored 26,000 points, 8,000 rebounds, and 6,000 assists. John Havlicek is one. LeBron James is the other. That's it. Havlicek is the most forgotten.
That's insane.
The most forgotten immortal in basketball.
Can I
history.
give you another one?
Yeah.
Yogi Berra.
So
one of the most overlooked immortals in sports history.
So the Mount Rushmore of Yankees who didn't make it.
Well, let's start with did.
Okay.
Well, your did is Ruth,
Gehrig, DiMaggio, Mantle.
Correct. Okay. That's it. That's the 4.
Yeah.
And that means that Mariano Rivera, who was the only player ever to be unanimously selected for the Hall of Fame, Yogi Berra, who won more World Series than any other player that ever lived, Derek Jeter, who was the face of the sport for 20 years, and George Steinbrenner, who was among the most significant, important, notorious owners in sports history.
Yep.
Those 4 don't make the list, which was not a hard decision because I think the 4 who made it speak for themselves. But those 4 would have been a better Mount Rushmore than almost any other franchise has.
How close, because we make this argument based on numbers, how close is Judge? Because he doesn't have a ring, but he might be the greatest right-hand hitter in the history of the sport.
He could be
statistically.
He's the best right-handed hitter in 80 years. He hasn't won any championships yet. So what I write at the end of the book is, the way these books work is Hembo does all the research, it's the best, and then I write it.
Puts your name on it, and you come do the promo.
Stop it.
That's pretty much it. And then I get the majority of the
credit. That's right.
What is the split?
I love that.
But
the work split and the pay split, a little imbalanced.
But anyway, I write at the end that the book is meant to be a living document, which is to say, if we had done it 20 years ago, a lot of things would be different. And if we go back and revise it 20 years from now, things could change. If Aaron Judge wins 3 World Series, we could be having an entirely different conversation. But right now, you cannot bump whether you'd be bumping DiMaggio or Mantle is an argument you can have. But you cannot bump either of those guys if you have not won a single championship on a franchise that has won 27 World Series. So Judge, I think, is still a reasonable distance away.
I have one more. Don will have some too.
Yeah.
And we will talk all the other sports, but I'm excited about this. I got to guess my Redskin Mount Rushmore.
Sure.
That one I'm sure you'll have to look up.
I was just on in D.C., so
really?
I know it in my head.
So my guess would be Sammy Baugh.
Yes.
Joe Gibbs.
Yes.
John Riggins.
Not Riggins. That was a tough one, but this,
you went. It's
a hard one to get.
Well, Art Monk is
no, it's not Art Monk. So we went with it. It's not Art Monk. There's another player who is a contemporary of Monk who played 20 years.
Darryl Green.
Darryl Green.
Okay, sorry. You went Green.
And then the fourth one is Jack Kent Cooke, which Jack Kent Cooke, Michael Wilbon wrote. We did so much research. Michael Wilbon, whose opinion on all of sports I worship, but particularly on DC, wrote Jack Kent Cooke is the greatest owner in the history of sports, not just football, but sports. And if you look into all of the ways that he revolutionized pro football during his ownership tenure, before there was Bob Kraft, before there was Jerry Jones, before any of these guys, we felt he belonged on there. Riggins was great, but it was a shorter period of time. Monk was a tough
No,
one, but
with
we felt Green
Green
had to go ahead
represents
of him.
the era. As great as Monk was, Green is the best who probably ever played the position.
Yep.
Or he's right there in the conversation. So that's solid.
All right.
I'm excited for this book.
that he got to do that, then I get to do Knicks.
Yeah.
Willis, Clyde.
Yes.
Ewing.
And then the fourth one is Marv. So we.
Okay.
I gave a lot
you
of
did
thought
say
to
Marv.
that.
You gave that away.
I
Yeah.
gave a lot of thought to that. Marv Albert was the voice of the Knicks from 1967 to 2004.
That's insane.
All of the greatest moments in that franchise's history were heard through his voice and seen through his eyes. And I believe, like, for me, the next choice on the list, look, all the greats from the championship teams. So you consider Bradley, and you consider Monroe, and you consider even a guy like DeBusschere, and then Carmelo and Bernard King would be the other ones that you consider.
Yeah.
And Bernard King was my favorite player growing up. I've told you the story a million times. My brother and I had a hamster. We named him Bernard. And it was the only pet you were allowed to have.
And he lived as long as his
building
Knick career,
I grew up
basically.
in. No, almost, unfortunately. I remember the day that we came in and found Bernard spread out on the hamster wheel, unfortunately. But
he had an
anyway,
ACL too.
It was a sad day, and then we got another hamster, and we named it Patrick. Because if you'll remember, King got hurt, and then the Knicks drafted Ewing. But anyway, so we considered all of those. But when I really stopped to think about it, I think almost anyone, and I got to say this to Marv when he was retiring. Of course, his departure from the Knicks was unceremonious and awful. But his departure from basketball, I think, was joyously and appropriately celebrated when he retired a few years ago. And I got to say to him, for as long as I live, basketball will sound like your voice. Like, it doesn't make any difference. And Mike Breen is the best of the best. I love him, and there are a ton of great guys doing it. But if you ask me what does basketball sound like, I would say it sounds like Marv Albert's voice.
Beautifully
And
said.
I think anyone who lived in New York, anyone who was a fan of the Knicks for really 35 years, that would apply to. And it encompasses basically all of the golden eras of Knicks basketball between what they were in the 70s and then the Riley, Van Gundy teams in the 90s.
Yeah, and that's what. So I'm guessing then Vince Scully's on the Dodger list.
He is, yes.
Yeah, I can't imagine there's a lot of broadcasters.
There's three. There's those two, and then Harry Carey. And we seriously considered, like guys like Ernie Harwell in Detroit and others. I felt when breaking ties, the tie should almost always go to the player.
Yeah.
But they were like someone like Vince Scully. I mean, Vince Scully probably spoke to more sports fans over the course of his lifetime than any other human being that ever lived. He did Dodger. The first Dodger game he did, Jackie Robinson was playing, and he was broadcasting games until 10 years ago. So he was an easy choice, even for a franchise that had as many great legends as the Dodgers do.
Now, I just want to let everybody know you are not listening to a podcast of the Mike Greenberg Show.
No.
He's actually here with us in studio. It's Don Hahn Rosenberg on ESPN New York. Don should be joining us momentarily at some point. He's on his way over to the Rockies calling tonight's game, preseason game between the Devils and the Islanders. And there's plenty, of course, to get to that I know Greeny wants to discuss beyond the book, although, again, Got Your Legends. This is a book that is not only must read, it's when you get to it, either you're going to have an argument, a debate, whatever it is, and that's the fun part of reading these books. Did you have anything? Because I know Greeny wants to get into Jaxson Dart.
No, we got to get into
Jaxson Dart.
Listen, I just wanted a message for our audience if they tuned in on YouTube and they're watching the video of Don Hahn and Rosenberg. This is not you didn't accidentally land on your synagogue's Rosh Hashanah services. It's just that me and Greeny are both here together. No, I kind of want to guess the Penguins one, but we could do that later. Let's talk.
Yeah, I'm here for an hour. So
let's talk Jaxson Dart then. Yeah. So obviously, Alan and I have weighed in a lot so far.
Yeah.
Your first reaction to the news of Jaxson Dart?
So I'm really interested in talking this over with Don. There are three groups of people who could have become impatient and made this happen. Those are okay. Let me reframe that. There were four reasons this might have happened. One of them, and this is to me the least likely, is that a decision was made that this is exactly the moment in time in which he is ready. I almost want to discount that as a possibility.
I would.
So then it becomes a function of the impatience of someone. Is it the impatience of the fan base? Is it the impatience of the owner? Or is it the impatience of the locker room? Two of those three, I think, are inexcusable reasons to make a decision. If you're doing it because of the fans or you're doing it because of the owner, those are terrible reasons to be making a change like this. And up until this morning, I would have said it's got to be one of those two. But the guys on Get Up this morning, so Jeff Saturday, Dominique Foxworth, and Jason McCourty, all of whom played, said to me, after that series of plays down by the goal line at the end of the Kansas City game where they still had a chance, and Russell Wilson threw 3 balls basically into the seats, that there was no way that Brian Daboll could walk into that locker room and tell those players for whom this is their life, this is their career, they're not there to make sure that Jaxson Dart is developed in the appropriate way. They're there to try and make sure they still have a job next year. That it would have been very tough for Daboll to walk in there and tell them, I still believe this guy gives us the best chance to win. I get that. And that I understand is a different line for a coach to walk. If his locker room is basically telling him, whoever his team leaders are, you can't put that guy back out there again, then that's different than the owner being impatient or the fans being impatient.
Yes.
It's one of those three. I don't know that we'll ever know the truth. They throw the kid in against a Charger team that has as good a defense as pretty much any in the AFC. I would have thought next week against New Orleans would be a little different landing spot.
Maybe they couldn't wait that long, but we all thought that would have been the place to do it.
Would have been a logical spot. One way or the other, look, it gives you a little juice, a little excitement, but I'm afraid that it is a hamster wheel move. So here's my issue with the way the Giants handled this. You should never have the most important people in your organization, who are your coach, maybe your general manager, and your quarterback. They should always, in a successful organization, those three will always be married up as far as timeline is concerned. So you cannot have a rookie quarterback whose timeline is, we just need to get him ready at whatever pace is best for him, married to a coach who's going to get fired if you have a bad year. That's the hamster wheel. I talked about hamsters before. That's just when you're running in place and you're running around in a circle and you're never going to get anywhere. The Chicago Bears have been the best or worst illustration of that in sports the last few years. They drafted a quarterback in Justin Fields. In Mitch Trubisky. They had a lame duck coach. They fired him after 1 year. Now Trubisky's playing for another staff. It's not their guy. All that stuff. They draft Justin Fields. Out goes Trubisky. In goes Fields. They fire that coach after 1 year. You stay on a hamster wheel. They don't fire the coach last year in Eberflus. They bring in Caleb Williams. Now he's playing for his second coach in 2 seasons. So that's an express train to sucking is what that is. And I'm afraid the Giants did that. The reason that I felt I don't call for people's jobs. I don't want anyone to get fired. It's not my place. I'm not sitting here saying you should fire Brian Daboll. But if you're going to keep Brian Daboll, then you cannot tie his long-term job stability to how the first 6 weeks of the next season go, because his job now has got to be to develop the quarterback. He's credited for having developed Josh Allen in Buffalo. This is what he does. He made Daniel Jones into whatever Jones was that year, and it can't be helping the psyche of the ownership and of the fan base that Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley are combined 6-0, but you can't take that into account. That's not why you go to the rookie. If they went to the rookie because the locker room basically said, Russell Wilson cannot be our quarterback anymore, and I don't think that's far-fetched, then that's a reasonable reason. I think I would ask aloud the question, Jameis Winston is there. Is that not a reasonable option if the kid isn't ready? Now, maybe they've answered that by having Dart be the number 2 each of the first 3 weeks. So he was always one hit away from, if Russell Wilson got knocked out of this game in the first quarter Sunday night, Dart would have been out there anyway.
Exactly.
So maybe that was the answer to that question all along. One way or another, I just hope they're not doing it because the fans are impatient or because the owner is impatient, because those are bad reasons to do anything.
A text I got from somebody in the Giant organization when I asked about it was simply this. Offense performance wasn't good enough, bottom of the league in red zone scoring. So it was certainly based on 2 of the 3 weeks. It looked horrific.
Yeah.
And the one time it didn't look horrific, it was against a horrific defense in the Dallas Cowboys, who had no secondary to speak of, and it was a lot of moon balls down the field. Malik Neighbors doesn't see a ball till the fourth quarter. Any quarterback worth his salt knows that's my playmaker. I got to get on the ball. And if you haven't gotten the ball and it's the middle of the second quarter, you're finding a reason to get on the ball. The play might come in and go, no, we're not doing that because I got to get him the ball. That never happened. So when that starts to go down, that's when you start to realize this isn't it and we got to make a move. I don't think they wanted to do it in week 4. I think the Saints game was the obvious landing place to try it. And then, look, you got Eagles 2 in 3 weeks, but at least he's got a game under his belt. they were always going to go to Jaxson Dart at some point this season. That was always the plan. Brian Daboll spoke in words of, we're working with him, we're developing him, we're getting him ready. It wasn't, he wasn't suggesting that he wasn't ready. He was suggesting we're in the process of getting him ready.
Right.
Which means he's going to play. They had to advance the cause because the guy they put in his place to start the season to get them through the tough first 4 weeks can't play anymore. And that's when you were forced to make a decision. And clearly making Winston quarterback 3 tells you that whatever they saw in preseason was good enough for them.
So the logic of having Jameis there at all is when you bench Russell Wilson, you probably lose him. Yep. What is if you're Russell Wilson and you have $300 million and you're married to a celebrity and all the rest of that, why are you sitting on? You're not there to sit on the bench.
Although it's being reported now that as of now the plan is for him to be on the bench.
So fair, but that's now.
Right,
well,
because if something goes
2 weeks from now, that seems unlikely.
Yeah.
So Jameis Winston is there to be a credible backup for Jaxson Dart, and that makes sense. That's actually good forethought. That's real planning. That I give them credit for. Yeah. And look, Daboll. I remember talking to you guys back when Michael was doing the show. Peter, we were together at forget what theater we were in. It was the anniversary of something.
Oh yeah, that was the Palladium.
But it was at the time when I said they should just rename the Coach of the Year award the Brian Daboll Award and give it to the next best guy. His coaching job that year was so good. I mean, that was this lifetime. Brian Daboll did an unbelievable job coaching this team. I don't know that he can't coach. I don't know that he's the problem. When they asked Malik Neighbors about it, he said Russell Wilson's not the problem. Jaxson Dart's not the answer. Whatever it is he said, it's not the quarterbacks. Daniel Jones wasn't the problem. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff going on, right? There's a lot of negativity sort of floating around within that franchise. Well, and that just does not feel good from the outside looking in.
No, I get it.
So one of the things obviously that's been said a lot this year, and going back to last year as well, is just how vanilla the Giants offense has become. This guy who was such an innovator with Josh Allen does nothing interesting. If, in fact, we had a listener suggest, and I thought it was an interesting thought, that the reason Wilson played the first 3 weeks was kind of out of respect. We initially brought in Russell Wilson to be our quarterback.
Before the draft, right.
Before the draft. Since we brought him in, he's a Hall of Famer. We're giving him a game. Week 1 went badly. We'll give him one more. Week 2 is great. Week 3, terrible again. Time to move on. Is there a world in which the vanilla offense we've seen from Daboll will change when you get someone with the versatility of Dart? But on the flip side of that, Greeny, they could be vanilla again because you're bringing a kid into play as well.
Right.
And then there's the possibility that Daboll just doesn't have the offense that we thought he had.
I think Brian Daboll, I don't know what the hell do I know. I mean, I think in theory, Jaxson Dart's skill set, I can go back to all the stuff that I had on him in the draft. I mean, Jaxson Dart can do a lot of the physical stuff that Josh Allen could do. He's not as big, but he's big and he's strong and he's fast and he can run and he can move. And Daboll did a good job taking advantage of Daniel Jones' athleticism, and I think Dart has more arm than Jones had. So I'd like to think that the offense will be a little bit more creative. Having Andrew Thomas back makes such an enormous difference. I mean, they look like different teams when he's on the field from when he's not. So I'd like to think that as the season goes on, it's going to be more creative and look a little better. Look, this season was never going to be about the Giants making a playoff run, or not realistically speaking. The season was going to be about coming to the end of it and saying, we've got a lot of good pieces on defense, and we've got a quarterback and a wide receiver combination that we can build around that could be really special. And now you'll get your chance to see the quarterback.
So what's the goal?
We'll know.
So what do they need to do in order for Daboll to keep his job? We all agree Shane is likely to keep the job. But for Daboll to keep the job.
Let's think about that.
Marinate.
We're going to think about that because that's not easy to just answer quickly. There's some things to consider because you can't expect wins. So what is a win if it's not exactly having more points than the other team at the end of the game? What is that? So Mike Greenberg's here with us. We've got more to get to with you. We have calls 800-919-3776. Don has reached his destination. He will be back with us coming up. And it is Talk About It Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we need Greeny to be part of Talk About It Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Greeny loves to talk about it.
By the way, I guarantee you when we explain the simplicity of this bit that we're going to do, he will have something in the holster when we get back.
Right up his alley. Oh, and I'm told that someone needs to talk about it with him.
Is that so?
Yeah, there's something to talk about.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, in my ear, I was
Let's
told.
give him something to talk about.
So we always give him something to talk about. And that is coming up. So stay with us. Don, Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There are a lot of reasons why you buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's the selection, their customer service, and their savings. Get 1.9% financing on a new Mazda 2025 CX-50, or at least for $249 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. Lease and VIN SN354688. MSRP $32,945. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per 1,000 financed. Ends 9/30/25.
Don't take slow for an answer. Not so easy when you're stuck in traffic. But mere inches from someone else's bumper, you can dream of faster things. Like Optimum Fiber, the fastest and most reliable fiber internet, starting at $40 a month. So while you can't always switch lanes for a faster route, you can switch providers for a faster connection. Optimum. Don't take slow for an answer. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/fiber today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Listen up, friends. It's summer, and you should be out there trying to enjoy yourself. But neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain is holding you back. It's time to handle it. I'm telling you, you need to call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is a double board certified, Ivy League trained. This man is the real deal. No surgery, no scars, no downtime, just results. You can book a same day or next day appointment. He's got 3 convenient locations in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, so there's no excuses. You want to get back to your active lifestyle? Dr. Shaw got you covered. Joint pain, migraine, sciatica, nerve pain, gone. No cuts, no medication, no long recovery, just precise image-guided procedures that can get you back to doing what you love. So, here's what you got to do. Get your phone, get online, SandwellPain.com. Book that appointment. You've waited long enough. Don't let pain steal your summer. Don't let pain steal your fun. Call Dr. J. Shaw today. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Just an absolute mess on the Grand Central in Queens. First on the eastbound side, right before the Cross Island, a crash in the right lane. Traffic is jammed there from St. John's westbound. Another hit in the left lane by Utopia Parkway. You're solid from the Clearview. UN General Assembly in town. It's a gridlock alert day. Definitely stay away from the east side of town, especially 1st and 2nd Avenues. Worst ride to the outbound George West Side Highway northbound. 3-car crash in the left lane by 125th. Not moving much from the 79th Street Boat Basin. Inbound George looking good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels 15 to 20 minutes each. This report is sponsored by Parkwiz. New Yorkers know the hacks, and here's one for parking. Reserve ahead and pay up to 50% less than drive-up rates. With Parkwiz, you can book your parking in advance, skip the hassle of searching, and save every time. Download the Parkwiz app today. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
New Beyond Raw Lit V2 pre-workout. GNC's #1 pre-workout, now with harder-hitting energy, an intense mind-body connection, and enhanced endurance support. This isn't just pre-workout, it's precision engineering for your body. Turbocharge your workout with new Beyond Raw Lit V2. Available now at GNC and GNC.com.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Sometimes you just can't take it anymore.
You're done. I'm done.
This is Let's Talk About It Tuesday.
And it's a really
this idiot! With Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Sponsored by BetterHelp.
That's right. It is Tuesday, and it is time to talk about it. And it is brought to you by our friends at BetterHelp. Mental health is health. And when I think of just pure mental strength, wellness, joy, love, all of it, I think of Mike Greenberg who's with us today.
No member of my family would agree with you, but I appreciate the sentiment.
And is Don with us?
Don is with us. Audio.
Hello, Don.
Hi, Don.
Hey, Greenie. How are you?
I'm sorry that I missed seeing you here, but I was saying before, I'm delighted that you have this new opportunity, and I'm glad to get a chance to talk to you, even if it's not in person.
Well, we will get together soon. We're only a block away, and I miss you as well. I haven't seen you in a long time. I hope you're doing well.
Now you, Alan, told me that someone has something they need to talk about with Greenie?
Yeah. Anthony mentioned that there might be some controversy. So Greenie has a book out now with Hembo, but the previous book was Got Your Number.
Got Your Number was the first book.
Got Your Number, yeah. and it was 1 through.
We assigned every digit from 1 to 100 to
right.
some figure in sports history. Most of them were uniform numbers, but in some cases they were not. And I know where this is going to go. I'm assuming Anthony's father is a Yankee fan. So
He's nodding. Yeah, Anthony is nodding.
Is he on the phone and wants to yell at me?
He's not on the phone.
Oh, can we get him on the phone?
So I know then what he wants to tell me, because believe me, I heard it for a long time in the streets and everywhere else, that we assigned the number 7 to John Elway and not to Mickey Mantle. And that was probably the hardest decision that we made in the entire book, and I will tell you the backstory. So 2 was Derek Jeter, 3 was Babe Ruth, and there were no options on that. I wanted to get – now, my father, who's no longer with us, my father's favorite athlete was Joe DiMaggio. I grew up in a household where Joe DiMaggio was a deity. We were an irreligious family. We worshipped Joe DiMaggio. My father dedicated his first book, which had nothing to do with sports, to Joe DiMaggio. Wow. So we loved my kids, when whatever sport they ever played in their entire lives where they got a uniform number, they were number 5 in honor of their grandfather. So Joe DiMaggio was going in the book. Mm-hmm. I wanted to give DiMaggio 56 for the hitting streak. But the problem is 56 was very much spoken for. The greatest defensive player that ever lived wore number 56, and there was no way not to give Lawrence Taylor the number. So then we were in a place where we would have had 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 would all have been Yankees. And that felt like it was we needed to make a tough call somewhere. Mm-hmm. John Elway, if you look at the history of the Broncos franchise, is maybe the most beloved athlete in any city and the most significant athlete to any city in any sport. So I fully understand that to fans who are old enough to have watched, to have been around when Mickey Mantle was playing, the number, and specifically the number 7, trust me, I know the Seinfeld episode. I am very much aware of it. The number 7 is as identifiable, and certainly more identifiable with Mantle than it is with Elway in the larger consciousness. But it was a tough, close call. Believe me, I've heard the yelling, and I take it under advisement, and I appreciate it.
It's not the biggest mistake in the book, though. We've talked about
it. Remind me, what's the other one?
The other one is 87. You can't have Gronk over Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same one. Honestly.
Now, Sidney Crosby, no matter what era, will eventually, when his career is over, will be in the top 10 players ever to play in the league. Gronk would never be in the top 50 players ever to play in the NFL.
Well, but where is he in the
I think Gronk
position?
is the best tight end that ever lived. You could make that argument. Travis Kelce has more catches, but every time I bring that up, a lot of the football players I talk to will say, yeah, it's easier to make catches when you don't block anybody. So Rob Gronkowski. So that was look, there were a lot of debatable ones. I'll tell you another one that was tough. We're going back 2 books now. Another one was tough was 80. So we gave 80 to Jerry Rice. And look, Jerry Rice is the greatest, maybe the greatest player at his position relative to his position, greater than anybody else ever was at anything. But not to give 80 to the Miracle on Ice team was an excruciating thing not to do. And we ultimately decided the greatest honor we could give any player was to give them their jersey number. which is why I didn't want to take 56 away from Lawrence Taylor, and I had to give 80 to Jerry Rice. But so there were a lot of tough calls like that we had to make.
That's the beauty of these books, Donnie, right? That's why we do them.
So, Don, but I've got the new one, Got Your Legends. If you haven't heard, it's out today. And we rank every franchise in sports from 1 to 124, literally from the best to the worst, and then we pick the Mount Rushmore of every franchise.
So we've already guessed some, Don.
We did Yankees. Of course, we
could
did
do Mets, or you could do Giants.
We've done so far Yankees. We did Celtics. We did
Knicks.
Redskins.
Yep.
We did Knicks.
Yep.
So for Don, we should do either. Don, you want to guess Giants or you want to guess Mets?
Well, I'll go Giants.
Go
and
Giants.
Obviously, Lawrence Taylor has to be
Yes.
there. So Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, by the way, this can include owners, coaches, etc. Just
broadcasters, which is interesting.
In the case of the Giants, it does not.
It does not, or ownership, because I guess you
Nothing.
can make
They're
the case
all
for
players.
Wellington.
They're all players.
They're all players. So Mel Hahn.
Mel Hahn is not on the list.
Really?
We have one older player, but not Mel Hahn. And we thought about no. There are a lot of older players at that Mel Hahn. No, that's a good job by Don. That is not Mel Hahn. Is not a
He's trying too hard. That's Don showing off. He's showing off.
All right. So you got, obviously Lawrence Taylor, as I mentioned. So you go through the Hall of Famers, right? So is Harry Carson there?
No
Harry Carson.
This is
Frank Gifford.
Yes.
All right.
Gifford. Yeah.
All right, I feel good. Now, we can argue because he spent a good amount of time in San Francisco, but is Y.A. Tittle there?
No, but you're leaving out the obvious quarterback.
I'm leaving out the obvious quarterback would be Eli Manning.
Yes.
Okay. So Eli Manning, Lawrence Taylor,
Frank Gifford.
So no Mel Hahn and Sam Huff.
No, not Sam Huff.
I thought Sam Huff.
Cover of Time magazine.
I thought Sam Huff. Okay, not
Huff played
Sam.
a lot of his all Hall of Famer. Also played a lot of his career in Washington. And I think in many ways, as associated with, he remained the Washington. Wasn't he the broadcaster in Washington for decades?
Yeah, he was.
I think he remained. He became as associated with that franchise as some others. The fourth one is someone who was a Hall of Famer and set a record that stands to this day in a Giant uniform. A single season record. It's Michael Strahan. Okay.
It's a tough list, man. Because really, honestly, Greeny, I'm not going to argue with you. If you put Mel Hahn in there over anybody but Lawrence Taylor, I don't think people would have blinked. Now I know there's a generation I didn't see him play, but as a Giant fan, Mel Hahn just seems to always be somebody that gets brought up. That's good. Mets. Obviously, it's
Mets
Tom
we
Seaver.
did. Yeah, Mets we did this morning. Seaver is the obvious one. Yes.
Yep.
So you go Seaver. You go. Did you put Mike Piazza in?
Yes, we did.
Wow.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because a lot of time with the Dodgers and then left the Mets.
But here's the thing about Piazza, and we took certain things into account. The home run Mike Piazza hits in the first game after September 11th might be as significant a regular season home run as has ever been hit in baseball in its own way. Yes. It is an indelible moment. It's unique, obviously, and for all of the worst reasons. But of all the plays in baseball history that did not change the trajectory of a season, meaning they did not determine a champion or anything like that, that's one of the truly great dramatic moments that I can think of in the sport. We did a whole piece about it on this 9/11 special that I did. So that factored into it. So we did put Piazza.
All right, so then you got Darryl Strawberry.
So we had to choose between two members. No, we did not put Strawberry, which was very hard.
Chose Doc?
So you put
Doc, and then there's one more, and the reason for the other he's from the same team, but his connection to the franchise has remained.
So he's with
Keith.
the same.
So it's Keith Hernandez.
Yeah, Keith.
Yes, it's Keith Hernandez. Because Keith Hernandez was not only, I perceived him to be the leader of those teams, but he also has now remained
He's huge.
As beloved a broadcast as I think there is in the city.
He's
right?
like at the level of Clyde.
That's what I mean.
When it comes
He
to a
is.
broadcaster
Correct.
to the fan base.
Yes.
Beloved.
And you know, all of the stuff that comes with it in the Seinfeld episode. He's such a part of the cultural zeitgeist of the franchise that broke some ties. I mean, Strawberry's peak was greater than any of these, than probably any of them, with maybe the exception of Gooden or Seaver. So those were tough ties to break. But so that's the direction that we went.
And quickly, just to indulge me because of where I am.
No, we want Devils. We need Devils.
I would say Devils. It's Brodeur,
Hold on.
Stevens, Niedermeyer, and did you go Emmerich?
Let me get to the page.
Well, the first three got to be
right,
Don?
Let me go to the page.
It sounds like he had three broadcasters. I don't think Doc was one of them.
No, hold on a second.
Then it would probably be Eliash.
All right.
Lou?
Those are the retired
Not Lou?
numbers.
Say it again. Start again. I got the list.
Stevens,
Brodeur, Stevens.
Niedermeyer.
No.
If you went announcer, it would be Doc.
No, it's not an announcer, but
So
it's
it's
someone else.
Eliash?
Lamarillo?
No. If you divide the history of this franchise into before and then after this person, he changed everything.
Lou.
Yes, Lou
Yeah,
Lamarillo.
Lamarillo.
Oh, you went executive. Yeah,
yeah.
of course. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That
And then
makes sense.
Eliash, you said it. So it's Lamarillo, Brodeur, Stevens, and Eliash.
How do you feel,
left
Don?
Niedermeyer out. Well, I can't kill
Who
you
would
for that
you
'cause he won a
would
cup
you
in
have
Anaheim.
put Niedermeyer in
Who are you
front
taking out?
Who you take?
Yeah, I would probably, honestly, I mean, it's tough. Because Niedermeyer went to Anaheim and won a cup there. Eliash spent his whole career, so I'm good with that.
And Brodeur had to be. And Lamarillo, we felt had to be.
Yeah.
I break ties in the direction. I break ties in the direction of players wherever I can, but that one felt like I could not. So anyway, the book is called Got Your Legends. It's available everywhere today. They're doing a special price on Amazon. So if you go on Amazon right now and just type in Got Your Legends, my name is the author, you can order it for a special price. Don, I'm now hijacking your show. I apologize.
Yeah, I was ready to go somewhere,
You
but
think we mind?
Jaxson Dart.
I opened the show with this. I need to know why. If he's ready, then by all means play him. But what changed over 3 weeks? The thing that changed over 3 weeks was the play of Russell Wilson. That has nothing to do with Jaxson Dart. If Jaxson Dart was ready to play in a season where nobody expected him to do anything, with a very difficult schedule, if he was ready to play, then he plays on opening day. He didn't play on opening day. Russell Wilson did. So now Russell Wilson dictates when Jaxson Dart plays and not when he's ready to play, because nothing could possibly have changed, Greeny, in the last 3 weeks to determine whether Jaxson Dart's ready to play or not. Would you agree with that?
Yes. Here's what I would say. Two things. One, the fact that he was the backup always surprised me. The fact that you felt that if Russell Wilson suffered a high ankle sprain in the first quarter of one of these games, he, instead of Winston, is the guy you're putting out there, suggests to me that you are ready on some level to play him, and if you're ready to play him, then you should just play him. And Don, you were on your way to the Rock, so you didn't hear this, but the Jeff and Dominique, Jeff Saturday and Dominique Foxworth on my show brought up something I hadn't thought of, which is there's a third voice that gets heard. If they made the move because the owner was impatient, that's terrible. If they made the move because the fan base is impatient, that's terrible. What these guys brought up to me is he may have been facing a locker room revolt after what happened on that series of plays at the end in the fourth quarter, when that's still a winnable game against Kansas City, and he throws 3 balls basically into the tunnel. That he may have faced a locker room that was going to absolutely revolt if he didn't make this change, and that while it's not a good reason to put the kid on the field, it felt like a good reason.
But it's not the first time, because if you go back to week 1, and I was chastised for bringing this up because it was week 1, but when you watch it back now in the same context of what you saw in game 3, there was a bootleg where the pylon was there. Now it was 12 yards, whatever it was, 7 yards away, but Russ 5-6 years ago could have sprinted to that pylon and beat the linebacker. He didn't. He held up because he knew he was going to get hit, and rather than getting chased down hit, he just absorbed the hit, and there was no play to be made. That, when you're a player and you see that on film, you might not see that live. You might not know what happened live. But the next day they watch everything back. Everybody's watching film. And when that stuff gets seen on film and you see the business decision, I think that's the stuff that does permeate a locker room. But does it also, though, Greeny, and Don, was Don with us when we discussed this, or was this in the previous segment? When there was a suggestion made
he just left.
In a comment. Right, Don, you missed this. This does seem to make sense. So I wonder if you, Don, and also Greeny might lend some credence to this. The Giants signed Russell Westbrook as a free agent before the draft, before they knew what they were going to do. Russell Wilson. I'm in the NBA mode already. And so he's a vet. He's a decorated vet. Do you say, well, we've got to give him first crack? We don't need to rush the rookie anyway. Play him. Let's see how it looks. And we can always go to the kid that they would have gone to if they didn't have Russell Wilson. So is it possible that this was all along out of respect, give it to the vet, see how it looks, and if it doesn't look right, we just then now move to the next process, which is getting our young quarterback ready to go. And after 3 weeks, 2 of those 3 weeks look terrible. Is that even reasonable to consider?
I mean, it's reasonable to consider, but remember, Wilson and Winston were signed before the draft. So I don't feel why there was any obligation at all to worry about Wilson's feelings or, hey, you're a veteran. He was there just in case. He always was.
Well, but he was there he was there first.
He was there first.
He was there first, but once you drafted the quarterback, don't you pivot from feelings and legacy?
Well, if you don't have to rush,
but
if you don't have to rush your rookie, again, this is not a top 5 pick. This is a guy you took late in the first round.
Understood.
If you don't have to rush him and play him week 1, remember those first 4 weeks were a gauntlet for the Giants. They have the hardest schedule in the NFL. So if you don't have to rush him in, and let's say Russ just plays well enough to get you through it while you're still working with the kid, it buys you time. But you were always waiting for the reason to make that switch.
Okay,
Perhaps that's the thinking.
Now, before Greeny jumps in, what about this as the possibility? We're going to play Wilson because Mara wants to win games, and the coach wants to win games. So it really had nothing to do with Jaxson Dart being ready or not. I want to win football games with a veteran quarterback. Because if they had won those games that they should have won against Washington and Kansas City, if you want to say they could have won those games, sure. They're 2-1, and he's still playing. And now you got the quarterback that's supposedly ready sitting there waiting because Mara's trying to squeeze wins out and stay relevant. Daboll's trying to squeeze out wins to save his job. So I'm wondering, was it anything other than the fact that now at 0-3 and the ship has now sailed, now let's play the kid. So did they even consider Dart when they started Wilson? Or was it just, I want to go with a guy that's going to give me the best chance to save my ass and for the owner to feel like, hey, I'm staying relevant because I'm winning games? Because all he said when he kept Daboll, I want to win games. I don't want to be back here again next year. So was Dart even considered in the process in the beginning of the year? Because all they wanted to do was try to see if they could squeeze a couple of wins out to start the season and make themselves relevant.
All right, well, we can consider those possibilities. And, of course, Greeny's here. We got to talk some Jets before the man leaves. That was Let's Talk About It Tuesday, sponsored by BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. More Greeny next right here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Downtown Manhattan becomes golf's biggest stage. Ryder Cup Live at Rockefeller Center transforms the heart of New York City into an epic fan zone, complete with massive video boards, interactive golf challenges, themed cocktails, and official Ryder Cup gear. From Thursday through Sunday, rally with fellow fans, feel the energy of every match, and celebrate golf's greatest rivalry in the city that never sleeps. Ryder Cup Live at Rockefeller Center, where the Ryder Cup meets New York. To learn more, visit RyderCup.com.
Things today can seem kind of unpredictable. Who knows what's around the corner, right? Well, at Total Wireless, we want to give you something to be sure about. With us, you save 50% off Metro and Cricket when you switch with one line. Guaranteed. And you get to keep the phone and number you love. Visit our Total Wireless store today. 50% savings for unlimited plans versus comparable Total Wireless unlimited phone plans based on standard plan rates. Some customers may only receive guaranteed savings after contacting us and validating the current plan rate. Excludes promotional, discounted, and bring your phone rates. For total 5G unlimited plan or higher, auto pay required. Applied on next renewal date. Additional terms apply.
This is Joe Budden. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the daily fantasy action this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. That's code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is coming, and things are heating up.
We genuinely really get along with each other.
I don't even think Peter watches sports. You could make the argument that Rick doesn't get enough credit for being a low-key fraud.
Carlin's going to be at this Couchcast, too, so we got to make sure we have a lot of cannolis.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is Monday night, September 29th. See it all unfold on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Brought to you by the All-American Ford Auto Group, Calandra's Bakery, and Jacob's Pickles.
FanDuel is getting you ready for kickoff with an offer you won't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Pick a bet, bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. Visit FanDuel.com/K to download the FanDuel app today and get started. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Pick a bet, bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hi, back here, Don Hahn and Rosenberg. With Don LaGreca, Peter Rosenberg. We have Mike Greenberg, Greeny, here in studio with us, kind enough to sit in for the full hour. And it's like when you have like a radio pro, it just feels like, oh, we could just do this for 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's like he's done this before.
Which, if we lock the door, we can have him for another 2 hours. If you think
I'll be honest, I do miss it. People ask me sometimes if I miss it, and I do. Radio is the most fun thing in the industry to do. People ask me about the difference between TV and radio all the time, and I always say it's much, much harder to do TV badly than it is to do radio badly, but it's definitely harder to do radio well than it is to do TV well.
That's interesting.
And radio will always be where I started, and it's definitely going to be where I finish. I will just see.
And you didn't even get to do the best. Well, you did, because you then eventually did middays. I was going to say, and most of your career wasn't even the best part of radio because you're doing godforsaken mornings.
Yeah.
Afternoon drive is delightful.
Although the first opportunity, though, like to me, there's something special about that, right? Like turning you guys on in the morning and hearing you
That's
and
true.
go like whatever happened the night before. You had the first. I hate to say first take, but
yeah,
it's essentially what you had.
Yeah, and then they put a show on after us called First Take, which was hilarious. But it was. It was a magical thing, a miracle that happened in my life. What that show became. So yeah, the hours were a little challenging, but I will say, in some ways, they were the best thing that ever happened to me, because when you have a job that ends at 10 o'clock in the morning, I took 17 shots off my handicap. I wrote all these books, and I picked my kids up at school literally every day until they stopped wanting me to. Wow. And that was the best part, and I wouldn't trade that part of it for all the sleep in the world.
But what would you trade it for a Lombardi?
Because for the Jets to win a Lombardi?
To see a championship. We are going through, once again, Greeny, another Jet transition. And it feels like you talk about it, just turn the hamster wheel that you referenced earlier in the show. Yeah. That is the existence of a Jets fan. It is the four-letter word hope. It is Lucy pulling the football every time you think it's going to work out. She pulls the football away every single time. How do you feel, though, about this current? I'm watching Justin Fields as if he's a placeholder. Let's see if something happens. If it does, great. If it doesn't, whatever.
Yeah.
It's more to me about Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn. They need to find leadership you can believe in. I know that sounds like a slogan, but it really is what the Jets have been looking for since Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
Leadership you can believe in. Can you believe in Aaron Glenn?
Look, I am inclined to like him because he was a really good player for the team, and I think the Jets matter to him. It's not just a job, or it's not just one of 32
it's blood
jobs.
in the ground.
I think he cares, so I like that. I did not care for the way he handled the loss against Tampa. I did not like him. I did not love him saying how excited he was about the fight. I don't even know what that means. Like, what's the alternative to fighting? Just quitting? Like, the game wasn't over. The ball bounced our way a couple of times, and all of a sudden you're back in the game. Yeah. Almost any team would have done that.
We didn't take a knee early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we considered leaving. We didn't.
That's what I mean. It's hot, and so we just figured, the hell with it.
We kicked it around, but we all said, let's stay.
We'll play. We'll see what happens. So I don't care for that. I don't care for, we never stopped fighting. Well, I mean, that's what would Chris Rock say? What do you want, a cookie? Like, we're not supposed to stop fighting. And look, at the end of the day, when you get them, when the miracle goes your way and you block the kick and you run it back for a touchdown, now your defense has to make one stop and you win. That's what the game is about. The game is about winning. It's not about making a point. It's not about making a statement. There are no moral victories. And I know he said that, but then he proceeded to describe a moral victory for about 5 minutes. And I could live without being told we're not the same old Jets, because the reality is this is exactly what the Jets have always been.
You get to tell them when it's not the same old Jets.
Well,
fans get to say it.
You know when you're not the same old Jets? Win games.
No.
So I don't care. So here's where I am. And I know, Don, you were a little put off or are not a big fan of his standoffish sort of manner with the media and all that. Here's how I view this. All right, we had Rex Ryan. He never stopped talking. We had Eric Mangini, who was a mute.
Mm-hmm.
We had Herman Edwards, who was, sort of a wacky. I don't give a damn how the coach acts. Win games. It doesn't make any difference to me what you say. I just want to see the team win a game. If they win, I will love you, and if you lose, I will hate you, and it doesn't make any other difference. And so I hope that Aaron Glenn winds up. I think that preaching discipline, which seemed to be what he was talking about all through the training camp and all that, that's the right idea. It's not manifesting itself in the games. We still commit a lot of stupid penalties.
Michael Clemens is still a Jet.
Michael Clemens still does a lot of fails to set the edge on that big run by Baker at the end. And look, the Jets don't have the talent that would make them a team that could make a deep playoff run this year. That said, they certainly should have won the first game of this season. They easily could have won this game, and those are disheartening. And then the most disheartening is that if their bus had not made it to the stadium for the second game, it would have been equally competitive to the game we played against Buffalo. So it has been, I think, I used the word on Twitter, alarming. I have found the start to this season alarming because too many of the things that I thought would get cleaned up have not been.
Yeah, I just didn't love – it just felt performative to me, Greeny. Mm-hmm. Again, we've gone through it all where, no gas, no break, or Rex predicting Super Bowl before the draft. It's silly. I mean, fans want to see wins. They'll know it when they see it, and I just felt I like Aaron Glenn a lot. And there's a horn behind me to prove it.
Yeah,
that's how strongly you feel, huh?
I like him. I loved him as a player. I love him. I think he's going to be a really good head coach. But don't come in like, let's just show you that there's a new sheriff in town. Let's see wins. It's performative. Ben McAdoo couldn't coach because he couldn't coach, not because his suit didn't fit.
Yeah.
Like we always look, or Adam Gase wasn't good because he was seeing tacos in his opening press conference. Wasn't good because he wasn't a good coach. So we put so much stock in the appearance of being in control, the appearance of being a good coach. We're going to find it out when you go out there and you coach and you play, how good you are, how disciplined you are, how much there's all gas and no break. We'll see it. If you got to tell us beforehand, then I'm going to be a little dubious about it.
Is there something funny about Don making really salient sports points
and
with
then
music and all kinds of happening?
This is Knicks playoffs. This is what we went through when the Knicks were in the playoffs.
You're right. That was that one night the DJ was just rolling through all the,
I tell
New York hits in Detroit.
I'm going to have to judge by the end of this year what's worse, the background pre-hockey or pre-basketball. I think it's pre-hockey.
You think so?
Shut up! Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff.
That's me.
Yeah, I forgot about
That's me in Detroit.
All right, well, they did give me the option of like a closet where it will have no feel but at least be nice and quiet, or this. So
we'll see how bad it is. We'll make a call.
Well, this is great because you got the Jumbotron behind you.
I would make a request. Could you get a little closer to the camera? I don't feel like I can see up your nostrils as well as I would like to.
Well, you know what, Greeny? How about that podcast show they stuck on ESPN too? Exact same thing with you. I know what your brain looks like.
Yeah, I forgot what show was.
Right, first draft.
The first draft.
So there's a slot somewhere on ESPN2 where they put sometimes it'll be Wendy's podcast, sometimes you get Mina Kimes.
Yeah, they put it on there once a week.
And it's funny because a lot of you guys are home probably.
Yes.
And the cameras are just coming off the. So, yeah, it's a lot of up nostril views.
100% correct.
A lot of nostril.
My wife was all over me about that. Someone said something to her about it, and she went and watched it on YouTube, and she said, we're going to work on this. So we got a camera. We've got all kinds of stuff now on I just had a laptop, and I was just sort of sitting facing it.
No, you could do better.
My kids make fun of me because, I don't realize, look, I'm 58 years old, right? When I'm FaceTiming with them, if I feel like there's noise around me, I'll put the phone right up to me.
Yeah, of course.
They're looking directly into my tonsils. consoles.
And
So-
kids FaceTime. They don't call you. They FaceTime you.
If that. Like
Yeah.
that's
Also, speaking of which, this is a big name drop, but just
Hey, here we go. Get ready, Jake.
just to
Name
make
drop.
this point. So last week I hosted in that same time slot, I believe. I believe my WrestlePalooza special was in the same time slot.
Yes, I think
3
you're-
o'clock on Friday.
Friday.
on ESPN2.
Yes, that's how I saw it.
And I hosted it, and it was me and Big E from WWE, and our guest. No, that wasn't it.
That wasn't
I
it.
there
I
yet.
can't believe he's got Big E on the show.
No, again, not Big E, Big E. And our guest analyst was Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh yeah.
I have a text conversation with Tyrese Halliburton. There's no reply in 6 months, and he FaceTimes me blind on Friday to ask me what I'm wearing. And I'm just like, this is because he's 25 years old.
Yeah.
They just blind FaceTime
Oh,
people,
yeah.
these kids.
He finally found a use for you, so he called about what you were
Exactly. I'm like, what about all the other things I asked you about over the last? Want to come on the show?
wearing. Is this better now? Is this a better shot? Am I a distance enough from the camera now? Or no?
Well, we're a
you
little,
look
we're a little
good.
behind.
You look good.
But
Now
we'll
you're
check it
blending
out.
into the big screen. But either way, Don, you look great.
You look
made it
fantastic.
happen.
We got more to do with Don, but for Greeny, there it is. That's the book you want to get. Got your legends in stores.
Everywhere.
Order
Should
online.
be
Everywhere you
available
get
everywhere.
books. He and Hembo with another classic that you must read. It's so good to see you.
Thank you, my man.
Thanks, Greeny.
Thank you so much.
I'll be
I'm
back.
sitting in Don's seat, and I did the
Now that I
awkward
realize
handshake.
how
Did you
close
see
and
that?
easy this is, I'll be back.
Yeah,
And
just
I
pop
could
by.
walk over here. Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Easy.
And I like it here, and you have good water, so I'll make myself at home.
By the
here.
way, that's guest water.
yeah,
It's
That's
in a
good. We're
special
not allowed
thing.
to
It
have
says
that
guests only.
it's very good.
Mike Greenberg, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Don back with us again. We got the 5 o'clock hour coming up. Lots more to get to, including your calls, 800-919-3776. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Put it in the box. This is your radio home for New York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Game time isn't just on the field. It's in your driveway, too. At Kia City of the Bronx, they're making plays with the full lineup of brand new Kias ready for you at 3505 Connor Street. Don't sit on the sidelines while your dream car drives by. Visit KiaCity.com or call 646-917-7955 and they'll get you behind the wheel of something fresh. Kia City of the Bronx. This is how the Bronx drives.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Jersey, Route 3 westbound, pretty much at a standstill right after 17 in Rutherford. It's a crash blocking the 2 left lanes. Crawling there, getting past MetLife Stadium. You're backed up to the Turnpike Eastern Spur. Yanks are home tonight in the Bronx in a cap giveaway using the inbound. George getting a jump start. No issues on both the upper and lower decks. Deegan, not too bad of a ride, both up and down. Heading over to the stadium, lighter than normal because of the holiday. Outbound Lincoln going to run you about 15 to 20 minutes. Outbound Hahn 20 to 30. Rangers preseason hockey tonight over at MSG. It's a gridlock alert day. Might want to consider using mass transit. This report is sponsored by Parkways. New Yorkers know the hacks, and here's one for parking. Reserve ahead and pay up to 50% less in drive-up rates. You can book your parking in advance, skip the hassle of searching, and save every time. Download the Parkways app today. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Get to know your favorite ESPN New York personalities with our newest app feature, the ESPN New York Pick of the Day. Open the ESPN New York app and click on the Pick of the Day tile to find an opinion.
I'm a loser. No, that's not feeling it.
That's feeling it. Suggestion.
Feel this then, okay?
Or hot take.
Explain it to me, like I'm an idiot.
Whether it's betting advice, food picks, or general commentary. Be fruitful and multiply. It's a great way to stay connected to your favorite personalities. Download the free ESPN New York app today and listen to all your favorite shows and podcasts.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
All right, big 5 o'clock hour.
Like you
a little late into the 5 o'clock hour, but for good reason, of course. Again, great to see Greeny. But you can tell, by the way, Don Peter, like it's in him, right? Radio is in him. He loves it and misses it.
Yeah.
And he sat down, put the headset on, and boy, he's like, I want to talk Jaxson Dart, and he really gave us.
He dreams.
You could tell how into it he is. It's just fun to have him around. We need to have him around more often. I think.
When I was in the car and he was talking about how long we've known each other, and it brought back a lot of memories of the infancy of this radio station. And we didn't have any local programming, and I was doing localization for Mike and Mike in the morning. And he was the one person in Bristol that was completely invested in the success in New York. I mean, everybody else wanted us to do well, but he was invested because he was a New Yorker, and he wanted us to succeed, and he was always available for us. And then once we started doing the Michael K. show, he would come on. He would come on Jet games to promote in the pregame and call into the postgame show because he knew the balance of being a professional and being a fan. And he's made it work, and he just has always been invested in our success, and I'll always appreciate it because he doesn't have to be. He's a star. He's got other things to worry about, but he still cares about ESPN New York, and I love him for that.
800-919-3776. We want to get calls going on this. We talked to you a little bit about Jaxson Dart. He is going to be now your starter for the New York Giants, and for a lot of you Giants fans have been calling for this for the last couple of weeks. This is the time. So how do you receive Jaxson Dart, and what are your expectations? Because Darius Slayton, we played it for you earlier, he's warning you. Like, look, it's going to take time. We got to bring him along. He's going to do fine, but don't set these expectations. And if he doesn't meet them immediately, you start giving up on him. That can't happen. So what are the real expectations for Jaxson Dart as he will get the start this Sunday against the Chargers?
Well, I was going to tell Don that the second Allen sat in your chair, him and Greeny immediately had a missed, awkward handshake situation.
Yeah, it's incredible. It must be the chair.
That's how bad things are.
It must be the chair. I don't know if it got seen because we're split up, but I wanted to give him a handshake. He is big on the fist bump, and I forgot that.
Also, I find it incredible that Allen, Don, manages to be here and speak at the UN simultaneously. Oh, no, this is French President Emmanuel Macron. I'm sorry, I thought that was Alan Hahn.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or
look at you right there.
No, come on.
I mean, it's not far off.
A little bit.
He couldn't go interview Clyde Frazier right now.
I don't know.
I'm gonna send you this picture, Anthony, on Twitter.
Yeah, let people.
Tell me.
I'm not sure. I didn't get a good.
There.
I didn't. First of all, I'm sure it's not offensive, but I didn't get a good look at it, so I'm not quite sure. But
I'm sending it to you and Don. Okay.
Listen, if I could get some of the benefits of being.
You mean you also want to end up marrying one of your teachers?
Well, no. I was more talking about access and things like that.
But you know that he did. That Macron's married to one of his teachers from high school.
Yeah, she's much older than him, right?
Is that a
That's
problem?
how it usually goes with the teachers.
Is that a bad thing?
It's an interesting
Is that
thing.
frowned upon?
I mean, it's a little odd. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, it's strange.
All right.
I think she's like 12 years older, maybe.
12's not.
No, it's not insane. It's just that they met when he was, I think, in high school, and she was a young teacher, and then they eventually were married.
She groomed him.
I mean, that's
it happens.
Potential.
That's an unromantic way of saying it, Alan.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's a very legal way of saying it.
But if I had to guess, guys, I would think the Giant fan base is excited. Now, are they excited because they know he's going to do well? Or are they just excited that now there's relevance to an 0-3 football team? There's a reason to watch on Sunday, to now not just follow the final score, which is probably going to be a loss, but see how your quarterback's progressing, get a glimpse of the future. I think that's how the fan base is going to receive this. I think they're going to be overwhelmingly positive about it.
I think at the beginning, but we know how New York works. They want, it's still about results, isn't it, Don?
Well,
can you really tell? Like, you're the fan here. You're the guy that's followed the Giants your whole life.
Right.
I know what it's like from a Jet perspective because we went through quarterback. I can't say it, but we go through a lot of quarterbacks. Let's leave it like that.
You do.
And it's so you just get numb to it after a while. Who's this one now? What's this guy's name? Like, I remember a moment where, like, people were excited about Mike White. So it's just you start buying into these things because you just want to believe that at some point Brock Purdy's going to happen to your franchise.
Well,
but you at first hope to see something that looks right, and then after that, it's like, all right, can he win? And then you get frustrated when it's no, it's the same. Oh, he's a mess. Oh, he can't. He's making mistakes. You have to give it time. Do you have the ability to watch games knowing that your win is not the final score? Your win is if each game you're like, you know what? He'd make mistakes, but there's something there. Like, did you feel like that about Eli Manning?
No. Well, I was going to say I'm going to right now educate the younger fan and remind the older fan. When you look at the last two great quarterbacks of this organization, that would be Eli Manning and Phil Simms, right? Both did not get off to great starts. Eli almost got killed in Baltimore, looked awful, won one game, and it was the last game of the season. Phil couldn't stay on the field. He's constantly getting hurt, lost his job to Scott Brunner. Scott Brunner brought the Giants to the playoffs in 1981, ending the streak, not Phil. And then eventually Phil got healthy, got better, and became a franchise quarterback. Same with Eli Manning. But the quick fix guys, remember Daniel Jones, Offensive Rookie of the Week, after he was able to get a win in Tampa. Danny Cannell wins 10 games in his rookie year, gets the Giants into the playoffs. What happened then? Nothing. Those guys didn't amount to anything. So the guys that get off to great starts, history shows you, don't amount to anything. The guys that struggle early, if you're patient, end up becoming franchise quarterbacks. So do not judge it in real time. Just get excited about every bad throw, every interception is a learning process. And you want to just see him gradually get better. That's the fun of it. But if he goes out there and throws 3 touchdowns against the Chargers, don't all of a sudden anoint him. And if he throws 3 picks, don't throw him away. Just sit back and just hopefully he's the right guy. And at some point, you're going to start to see it. Happen with Eli, and if Dart's the guy, it'll happen. Maybe not this year, maybe it'll be next year. But don't microwave this thing, man. It's not how it works.
It's amazing, though, you when you mention the Phil Simms era, because Eli, it's a little more recent, and I feel, even though it's, oh my God, 20 years ago, it's not the same as going back to what the Giants were, which I think is a little more comparable to today when George Young took over. It was 1978, right?
Yeah.
And Phil Simms was 79. Was Phil Simms his first draft?
Yes.
Right. And you're talking about not making the playoffs for another 2 years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even the quarterback.
Right,
and not with him. And then it wasn't like becoming a true contender for, if you think about it, 5 years.
84 they went to the playoffs 9 and 7.
And that was that was George Young's signature draft, wasn't it? The 84 draft?
Yeah, we had Carl Banks.
Yeah. So think about how many years you're talking about while you're kind of like fumbling around trying to figure it out. And today, you don't get 2 years before the heat is on and it's time to move on and fire this guy, right?
Yeah.
It's a different mentality. I remember there was a time where you could figure it out and make them, like, you're drafting players, you're developing them. It takes a couple of years until it hits, and then once it does, as you saw, it hit for the Giants pretty big. But you don't do that today. No. And I kind of think that mentality's got to return. It's just harder to do because of this.
You could shrink it because you're not going to get 4 years with Jaxson Dart. You're not even going to get the 3 years that Love got in Green Bay. But what I'm saying is that you just can't look at it quarter to quarter, game to game like that. So because it might not look great right away. And don't be convinced off of the first. They were convinced Phil was the wrong guy. The fans used to chant Phyllis in the building. They thought he was weak. They thought, and here it is, one of the toughest quarterbacks in football. But they didn't think he can do, because they misunderstood the injuries as weakness. And they thought they got it wrong. They all wanted O.J. Anderson. That was supposed to be the pick, and they didn't know who Phil Simms was from Adam. And Eli, if you remember, again, in real time, Sean Merriman got picked by the Chargers with one of the picks the Giants traded him. Early on, it looked like the Chargers got the better of the deal. They got the better players. Eli can't play. And then you fast forward 2 Super Bowls later, ended up being the right guy. So I'm not saying wait as long as you waited on Phil. I'm just saying if he stinks up the joint on Sunday, don't come to any conclusions. If he looks fantastic on Sunday, don't jump to any conclusions. You got to compile. And let's see what it looks like at the end of the season. Hopefully, it'll be with a bullet.
You know what I was thinking about in this conversation at the beginning of this conversation when you talked about Eli Manning? It made me realize, and this is a relevant conversation when talking about the 2 franchises, in particular Jaxson Dart. How many franchises are mid historically when it comes to their quarterbacks? Do you realize how few of the franchises have like truly great quarterbacks in their past?
Go through them.
It's a fun game to play, right?
Well, Green Bay's
Well,
very
start in the AFC East, right? The Dolphins have, we know, got it.
But they've only had one.
But
they had Greasy. They had that.
I'm sorry.
They had two.
Although Greasy got hurt a lot. But yes.
Two really good ones.
Yes, okay.
Bills now have had two really good ones.
Yes.
The Jets?
One
pretty good one, if we're being honest.
Name it?
But
yeah,
they won with him. He's in the Hall of Fame.
No, I get it.
If he's a Hall of Famer, he's not mid.
He's overrated, but
I love him.
Hall of Fame.
He's my favorite athlete to talk to in history. But when we compare him to the other ones, we'll be like,
yeah. But if you're in the Hall of Fame, I think you just got to count it.
We'll give him one.
So one. They've had one.
And then the Patriots have one. I'm not giving the. I'm not sorry. I'm not giving
Steve
Tony
Grogan.
Eason, or I'm not giving Grogan.
Well, no. Drew Bledsoe.
But Bledsoe was
hey, you know what's interesting? You know what? Today's the 24th anniversary
of the
hit.
I'm sorry, Bledsoe doesn't count.
Bledsoe. I mean, he got a $100 million contract.
I get it, but he didn't do enough to be considered.
He wasn't a franchise quarterback in your mind.
That we're thinking about historically.
Fair enough. All right, fair. So you're giving him Brady.
AFC North. Cincinnati now has two.
Yes.
All right. Maybe three.
Maybe, yeah.
Ken Anderson went to a Super Bowl.
You could say three.
Cleveland has one. And how great is Bernie Kosar?
I mean, you're going to go
good.
If you go let's do Super Bowl era. You got Sipe and Kosar, and that's
and those are both
and that's not. You're not excited.
Pittsburgh, more than one.
Yeah, well, Bradshaw.
And
sorry,
Bradshaw and Ben.
Bradshaw, yeah, and Neil O'Donnell.
And Bobby Brister, of course. Now, Don, you and I are of the both Bradshaw and Roethlisberger are overrated to some degree camp, but they're both still two
when
very
you
good
win,
quarterbacks.
They're forever quarterbacks.
Yeah, they're forever quarterbacks.
Come on.
Yeah.
And then there's one.
Baltimore. Baltimore has
one.
Yeah.
They got one.
Yeah.
South, should we even bother? Mark Brunell and Trevor Lawrence. No, we're not doing that game.
I'm not playing that game.
No.
Well, Colts, you know, Johnny Unitas and Manning.
That's not mid. That's number one so far.
And then Luck.
It still
they're
blows
one
my
of the
mind
rare.
that the Indianapolis Colts are in the South.
That part makes no sense.
It still doesn't make sense.
But Don,
the Colts still have, even just in Indianapolis, to be able to have Luck and Manning.
Are we willing, though, to, if you include Unitas, Luck, and Manning, we put that number one right now? Best quarterbacks I've ever said?
What you mentioned.
So far? All right.
Three
until we get to the NFC.
Tennessee has McNair. But that's not, we're not all-time great.
If you want to go back to Houston.
Warren Moon.
I guess if you consider, that makes sense.
And Dan Pastorini.
And what's the other team from the South?
We
did
Texans, Jacksonville, right?
And the Texans.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
So get to the NFC. We need to go to the West.
We got to do AFC West.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes. I mean,
Mahomes and Dawson.
And Montana and DeBerg. No, I mean, nothing.
I mean, Montana's going to be owned by somebody else.
How good was Dawson, Don?
What's that?
How good was Dawson?
Hall of Famer, won a Super Bowl 4.
Denver, obviously, Elway.
And Manning, but you're not,
Yeah, I don't know. Again, Manning
you got to count them.
Manning's
really
with one franchise,
right.
Yeah. But obviously,
Chargers,
significant.
Chargers, Fouts, and that's
and
it.
Rivers.
And Rivers.
Yeah.
You're going to count Rivers.
Not bad.
No, not terrible.
Not bad.
Not terrible.
In terms of
Raiders, we got.
Oh God,
Plunkett won Super Bowls. And then Kenny Stabler's the best, right?
But again, neither of those.
No.
There's that. Yeah, a lot of these ones that we're mentioning the best ones, but they're still not great. They're just the best ones.
But when they had them,
they were good.
That's why they were good.
NFC East.
Like you don't have a great quarterback and stink.
The Giants are Sims, Manning.
You count YA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, YA threw 7 touchdowns in a game. Now, he was with the 49ers before, but he was part of those
Manning's the best of the three.
In the 60s.
Manning's the most successful of the three.
Is Manning the best of the three, Don?
Most successful.
Or just most successful?
Both.
Well, he is eventually going to go to the Hall of Fame. Sims is not. And YA goes, but part of that's probably his work in San Francisco.
Yeah.
But think about that.
Your Redskins
Think
commies.
about that, though. Manning's the best ever on the franchise, and he still was never the best player in the league or even close to it when he was playing.
Yeah.
Redskins don't even get started. There's no. It's going to be Daniel. In my heart, I think it's going to end up being Daniels. They really haven't had an all-time great quarterback. Doug Williams historic because he's the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl, but he wasn't a great player.
You didn't look at
Theismann,
Theismann. You look at him.
Good.
He's there. He's
He was
good.
good.
He's all right.
He's good.
That's more Riggins.
And then if we're going Super Bowl era, you can't
count Sammy Ball. Who we just
or
found
Sonny
out.
Jurgensen.
Who we just found out is 140 years old. Okay, Eagles.
In the Super Bowl era, it's Jaworski, Donovan McNabb, Cunningham, and now Hurts.
Oh, well, but by the way, that is an interesting one. I consider Cunningham the best one. I mean, McNabb went to the Super Bowl, though.
But he
Cunningham
did a lot more. I think his great success, though, came with Minnesota.
Well, that was his iconic success. His name was made in Philadelphia, and then the best year of his career was in '98. But so, like,
all right, but keep it
going. Sorry.
Dallas,
you got a couple of good ones.
Staubach,
you got Staubach
Aikman.
and
Aikman.
Aikman.
It's amazing though, because like
Danny White.
Yeah, well, but you think Aikman, and really was Aikman really like slinging it win those Super Bowls, or was it on the backs of
The
Emmitt
best
Smith?
offensive line ever, and Emmitt Smith. Yeah,
right. But again, not taking anything away from Aikman, but it's just like that's another one because it's a brand name. You just immediately think of him as a great, but in comparison.
But they do have Staubach and Aikman.
Staubach that's
pretty good.
That's the brand. Staubach's the brand.
Starbucks, as you call it.
Starbucks.
Romo and I'll tell you what, Danny White had more success in the postseason than Tony Romo did.
Well, that's true.
So people can jump in this. Don't look at the stats; it's ridiculous because the eras are different. But I think Danny White was a better quarterback.
Although
than
I
Romo.
will tell you, I'm going to say this as an unbiased, not hating on the Cowboys. When you add it up, they're actually among the better ones we've named. Because even in their down periods, your Romos, your Prescotts, they've had guys who can play. They generally have a guy who can play.
They have a guy.
They got a guy.
All
right, that's it for the NFC
All right,
East.
so NFC East.
North, Green Bay.
Well, we know it's just lineage.
Yeah, they got all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
They got Bart Starr, they got Brett Favre, they got Aaron Rodgers,
Just
and now
one into
maybe
another,
Jordan Love.
and you don't know what Jordan Love's going to be, but he's pretty
That's
good.
the best so far.
I think so.
Unfortunately, the Magic Man gets left out there, Don. And, a lot of Don Mikowski fans are upset, but I don't think, frankly, he's worth mentioning.
Dickey gets an honorable mention just because of his name.
Just because of the name.
Minnesota.
Well, there's your Randall
Tarkington.
Tarkington, Cunningham, but that's only 2 years, wherever it was. Christian Ponder, obviously. Dante Culpepper.
Obviously.
Joe Kapp went to a Super Bowl.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Joe Kapp, I think, is the only quarterback ever to play in a Grey Cup, Super Bowl, and Rose Bowl.
That's a hell of a stat you just pulled out.
That's
what makes
very
you a
good.
professional. All right, but not a lot there.
All right, Bears.
Get the drop, Jacob. Come on. When the Bears get mentioned, there's only one name we're thinking of. Who is there a true?
I'll tell you the moment the Bears got Jim McMahon.
Is there a true great Bears quarterback?
Not
Jay Cutler, Rex Grossman, Kyle Orton, Jim McMahon.
The answer is no.
The answer is no.
Leon.
Oh, the Leons.
Yeah.
Rodney Peete.
Sure.
I mean,
Stafford.
Bobby Lane.
Stafford.
It's Stafford and Goff, right? How great is Bobby Lane?
They're great, Hall of Famer, but if we're going to include Y.A. Tittle, we got to include Bobby Lane.
All right, NFC West. Rams. You got Jim. Don't call him Chris Everett.
Yep.
And Stafford. Now.
Well, Rams. If you're talking Rams, you can go to St. Louis. Greatest show on turf. Now you got Kurt Warner. So you got to include that. You got to include that because they did move back and forth.
And Vince Ferragamo.
Sure, Ferragamo.
By the way, Jim Everett was no slouch.
And then
Cardinals. Jim Hart. Neil Lomax.
Look at you,
Neil Lomax. Give me Kurt Warner again.
Yeah, right. And then, I mean, I think, did the Niners match up with?
Oh, no, the Niners were having a conversation.
Niners and the Packers kind of, are they matching up here?
Is there anything?
It's young in Montana. What else are you going to do?
Yeah, in terms of true greatness?
Yeah.
If that's your big Jeff Garcia guy.
No.
Garcia, Kaepernick, Purdy. It's been a lot of people over the last many years.
I was waiting for Don to give me like a, Mudcat Grange or something like that. Like some guy.
Johnny Blue Sox.
No, I was going to say, how about the quarterback before they drafted Joe Montana was Steve DeBerg, who literally played 30 years in the league.
Well, yeah, I mentioned DeBerg for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And then Montana went to the Chiefs. Wow.
Seahawks.
Full circle. Seahawks.
Seahawks is good.
Yeah.
Seahawks is good.
All right, because you got
Dave Craig. Yep.
Moon.
Yep.
Russ. Hate him now, but
Big
you got to admit.
Jim Zorn.
You got. That's true. Every rose has its Zorn.
I'm bad for the All-Star
Sorry.
one, but you gave me that.
Sorry, I just made that one up.
I don't even think Berman used that.
Tell you, this is the most fun segment we've had, like, really in a while. This is
no, I
just
can
come
just
up with
2 years.
old-timey quarterbacks.
We just went through the
there's
league.
nothing better than naming old-timey
Well,
quarterbacks.
because Peter and I are in the 21st century, and you're like giving us names from like 1927.
I honestly, I probably could name the starting quarterback, all the starting quarterbacks from 1978 quicker than I can right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's built into your brain. Do we forget any?
Giuseppe D'Amelfi.
Well, no, you got
NFC
you go
South.
through the
We're not
South.
bothered.
You got the Saints. You got Archie Manning. You've got Drew Brees.
Actually, that's not bad.
You got Taysom Hill, but that's not what his real name is.
Tayshaun Prince. Taysom Hill.
And in the Buccaneers, you got Doug Williams.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's good.
Tom Brady.
And what's his
um,
face? The Super Bowl guy.
Oh yeah.
Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson. And Trent Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer.
Panthers,
Don't forget about Dilfer.
Jake
You got
Delhomme,
Jake Delhomme.
Terry Collins. Not
Kerry
Terry
Collins.
Kerry Collins.
Sure,
Yep.
Terry or Kelly.
And Cam Newton.
Kerry was better than Terry.
And then Cam Newton's probably the best of all of them.
Yes.
And then
Atlanta, Steve Barkowski.
All right,
Look at you.
Backup
Jeff George.
Backup Brett Favre. No, you got Matt Ryan.
Yeah, of course.
And you got who's 90s?
Wasn't it Jeff George?
No, not for a long period of time. Quarterback when Dion was on the team, like the Dirty Birds.
Chris.
Yeah. Chris, number 12. Why am I spacing on the 90s? Chris Chandler? No, but it's not
Chris. I don't think it was Chris Chandler.
He was there too, but no, that's not him.
Yeah.
Chris Miller. It was Chris Miller.
Well, all right, tell you what. Everybody can join in on this conversation. If you're screaming at the radio or
Name
at
old-timey
YouTube,
quarterbacks.
just give us old-timey quarterbacks. We did not bring up that you
Tommy
think.
Kramer. Speaking of which, we left him out in Minnesota, Don.
Frank Gifford standing over a fallen Frank Gifford.
800-919-3776. Be part of this.
Chuck
Riveting
Bednarik. Oh my God, that was a
conversation. Smash that subscribe on YouTube. Stay with us. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 25 Mazda CX-30 for $199 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. Then SM843629. MSRP $26,865. Zero security deposit. Ends 9/30/25.
When it comes to restoring cars, Diego's got skills. And with Total Wireless in his corner, the whole world sees them. With the dual camera system on his new iPhone 13, he can take amazing car photos and post them on the fly with super fast 5G, and even turn this hobby into a full-time gig. His claim to fame? Claiming iPhone 13 with 5G on us. Get iPhone 13 with 5G on us when you switch to the Total 5G or 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan. Total Wireless, in your corner. For limited time while supplies last. Valid in store. Device taxes and fees may apply. Requires port in and ID verification. Restrictions apply.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Jersey. Devils preseason hockey over at the Rock in Newark. Some heavy delays on 280 westbound. Some long-term repairs slowing you down by 21 in the Stickle Drawbridge. Yanks home tonight in the Bronx, and you're looking really good over at the inbound. George, no complaints for both the upper and lower decks. Deegan, not too bad of a ride heading over to the stadium, lighter than normal because of the holiday. West Side Highway northbound heading over to the outbound, George. Still have a 3-car crash in the left lane by 125th. Solid slowdowns go back into the 50s. Outbound Lincoln already about 15 to 20 minutes. Outbound Holland 20 to 30. This report is sponsored by ParkWiz. New Yorkers know the hacks, and here's one for parking. Reserve ahead and pay up to 50% less in drive-up rates. With ParkWiz, you can book your parking in advance, skip the hassle of searching, and save every time. Download the ParkWiz app today. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hi, former New York Giant Leonard Marshall here. Please join me at the Alzheimer's Foundation of America Family Fun Day on September 27th. Bring your family to AFA's Barbara Rabinowitz Education and Resource Center in Amityville for a fun-filled day of intergenerational activities in celebration of Grandparents Appreciation Month. Learn more and register at AFA September 27th Family Fun Day by visiting www.afalongisland.org or calling 631-223-4000.
You matter, and so does your well-being. Call, text, or chat 988, New Jersey Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, for free 24/7 support with mental health, suicide, or substance use concerns for you or someone you love. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, we can't keep an eye on everything. Unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
We're back?
Nobody told us that we had a radio show to do. So Peter brought in, Don, some delicious Zabars.
Could you be less Jewish?
Yes, I could.
No, you could. Not when you said Zarbers.
Not presented. You knew I was only going to be with you guys for like 20 minutes or so.
No, Don, it was sitting right there. I'm sorry.
We had a whole meeting.
These
earlier. I think the meeting would have went down a lot easier with some nice
black
dessert.
and white cookies.
It's one cookie. It's like a piece of cake.
Well, it says, see, there's plural, so you must have ate one already.
No. It came in one in the wrapper.
It legit says cookies.
I get it, what it says.
So
it's
there's
one in a
there's
wrapper.
one. Well, there's half now.
Well, yeah. But so the problem is, Don, I forgot to bring it out when you were here. Now, Alan had a piece, like a gentleman.
Yeah.
But the other two freakazoids I work with,
Boy,
Anthony
how quick was Jake to say no?
Jacob, he's like, I don't like cake.
This ain't cake, man.
You don't like a black and white cookie?
You got to love these.
Listen,
black and white cookie is cake of Jay's.
There are better cookies than black and white.
Have you?
Hey,
but like,
whoa,
honestly,
whoa, whoa, wait.
You
need a Zarbers.
That's your problem.
No, honestly, can you taste the Zabar?
You
one?
need to. You know why? Because I've had the black and white cookies before
This is
that
different.
are cakey and like they're not.
And I've also
is
had
a delight.
like black and white cookies from like the regular deli, and
No,
just
this
like
is a different level, bro.
You need.
Come on, Jacob. Will you do the right thing?
It's soft. It's
I'm gonna walk over
moist.
right now.
It's
come over here and get this. He's coming to
come
get
get
it.
some.
And in fact, I want you to sit in the greenie seat, and I want him to eat a piece like a gentleman.
Have some Zarbers. Get over here.
It's please call it Zabar. Now listen.
Zarber.
Now why does Anthony just have to shoot everything down that we
What
offer
now?
him?
What?
He never wants to have anything.
Come sit down.
Sit down like a gentleman.
Get on
Jake.
camera. Enjoy this.
No, that's the key word with that's the problem with Anthony. He doesn't enjoy things.
Yeah.
Like we had lunch today, and listen, he remember Andrew Gunling used to have like the
I remember him well.
sandwich on the
R.I.P.
hamburger roll.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Anthony does, and he just scarfs it down. It's sustenance to him. Like he doesn't want to sit down and savor the flavor, enjoy.
Oh.
No, he just scarfs it down just because you need to eat, otherwise you die.
You can't scarf.
It's something that I enjoy eating.
Yes.
Like,
I wish I
don't
didn't,
want to
but
be
I do.
distracted. I want to be able to
All right, here we go.
taste it and enjoy it.
Tell-
Anthony doesn't enjoy things.
This isn't your everyday bodega black and white cookie.
Come on, admit it.
No, certainly not. This is way better. You know what?
There you go.
Was I lying?
I might need a pack to take home.
Take the rest of it.
All right,
I don't need this. You know, Alan's thin waistline can't have more of that.
Be eating it anyway. With the way
That's
you
you're done
pronounce
though.
it.
You're disciplined.
That's
Take
good.
that in the other room. I'm sure Anthony won't touch it.
That's
God
really
forbid
good.
he enjoy a delightful treat on the Jewish holiday. I brought something from Zarber's,
Really
as
nice.
it's known, to share with the people.
Zach Zarba makes them?
Zach Zarba.
Zach Zarba, exactly.
Now we know. Remember?
You remember? I know Zach Zarba.
Remember he refereed at the Jewish Center
Oh,
on
yeah.
whatever street?
Yeah, Eastern Parkway. I remember that.
That's right.
All right,
I know
800
Zach Zarba. He was the crew chief. He's a Brooklyn guy. He used to call games at the Jewish Center on Eastern Parkway.
It's the best drop. It's the best drop in the history of the station.
God bless you, Spike. We have calls. So there are some old-timey quarterbacks that we
here we
may
go.
have forgotten. So let's get to these calls, 800-919-3776. Gino in Rockland. Gino, who do you have for us?
I'm an old guy, and I'm a Giant fan for years, and I always watched the NFC back in the day. Roman Gabriel, the L.A. Rams.
Very good one.
That a good one, Don?
Gabriel, who became here's some trivia that'll just drive my two co-hosts like crazy.
This is already that went beyond me. You know what?
He was the
I know Dylan Gabriel, current backup quarterback for the Browns.
Any relation?
No, I don't know.
Coached the Raleigh-Durham Skyhawks of the World League of American Football. To this day, the only professional sports franchise that never won a game. Their expansion season, they didn't win a game, and then they folded.
Wow, Don with another great stat.
That is unreal.
Don, you've been bringing
Never
the stats today.
won a game. All right, Ed in New Jersey has one for us. Ed?
How far back do you want to go?
As far as you want.
No.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to
Super
time
Bowl era.
living people could remember that they exist.
Well, I was going to go couple like Otto Graham, the only Browns quarterback to win like multiple titles. Frank Ryan, who won it with Jim Brown, Bob Warfield, and Norm Van Brocklin.
No, these are reasonable.
Otto Graham is a legit
and John
legend.
Brody.
Yes.
Yeah,
And John Brody.
There you go,
Never
Ed.
got any better.
Nicely done, Ed.
Don't eat your phone, buddy.
Yeah, didn't mention Otto Graham before, did
No.
we?
Lockman.
Larry in West Orange. Larry.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
We forgot about Don Meredith and Daryl LaMonica.
Yeah, Daryl LaMonica was good.
I couldn't think of LaMonica's name fast enough. I was like,
Yeah,
in
that
my
was,
head, like, there's a name I'm not thinking of, and that was it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I don't
for the
remember that
Raiders.
one.
You don't remember that one?
No.
Raiders, right?
Yeah,
My only other
the
question is,
old-time Raiders, yeah.
Would you guys consider Earl Morrall, since he led two teams to the
Well,
Super Bowl?
You know.
Earl Morrall, yeah, he was the one that replaced Greasy in
perfect
72.
season.
And he was
and he also
a
replaced
Colt.
Unitas in '69.
Right? And
Well,
then-
didn't he start the Super Bowl against the Jets?
Yes.
He was the starting quarterback.
Yes. And he was also a Giant, and that was at the end of his career.
Yep.
Somehow you always end up a Giant
Great
at some point.
topic.
Thank you, Larry.
It is.
That was
it's a lot
actually,
of
yeah,
fun.
those are fun.
There was a purpose originally. Now it's just names.
Now
getting
we're
thrown out.
just
we're just saying names.
Now we're just coming up with
By the way,
names.
we showed Rich Gannon no love in the Raider conversation.
You
Went to a
know,
Super
Hey,
Bowl.
won an MVP.
He won an
Won
MVP.
MVP too. Hell of a player.
Twitter's brought up something troubling.
Oh, here we go.
Did you guys forget Steve Young?
No.
No.
I said Young
Tell
and
Twitter to go
Montana
shove
was
it.
the
What
49ers.
was Montana and
Yeah,
that was like easy when we got the
molded them
49ers.
into one person.
Yeah, when you mentioned the two, I said the two quarterbacks. You only said one name, but you said obvious. It's two quarterbacks for San Fran.
It was almost like
a lot of people heard Jeff Garcia and said,
No.
interpreted
we
that
were
as the second
joking
quarterback.
about that. No, what we were doing was almost assuming we don't need to say it. Everybody knows it.
Right, but then we were trying to think of another one.
And that's what we were trying to do, is find one more from the past. I thought Dom was going to give us some old, like what would be a typical old school 49er quarterback name?
Was it John Brody?
That's a pretty good name.
Yeah.
John
I like
Brody's
that one.
predates me.
Right, but play for the 49ers, you got to have some kind of name. John Brody definitely would be that kind of name.
John Brody, Brock Purdy, all the same.
Look at that. Mark in Connecticut talking about Jaxson Dart. What's up, Mark?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Geez, I could have grown a beard during that freaking segment. That took forever.
I'm
sorry. Most of the guys we talked about had beards.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
and are growing a beard underground.
So you got a giant franchise.
Right.
You got a Giants franchise that just lived through the freaking Tommy Cutlets era and Daniel Jones. So I mean, what's the worst that can happen starting Jaxson Dart? The guy I feel like has more piss and vinegar than the last 5 Giant quarterbacks combined.
Well, a lot bad can still happen, unfortunately, Mark.
Yeah.
If he's not ready.
Yeah, but life's a risk. Football's a risk. Every snap is a risk.
But you don't want to hurt. Here's the one thing that he has going for him more so than Zach Wilson did. I mean, he played a ton of games in college, right? He played like north of like 45. Like he played a ton.
Yep.
So listen, I'm excited about it if he's ready. Now I don't watch practice. I don't know if he's ready or not. If he's ready, by all means, definitely play him.
We were excited about Tommy DeVito.
Well, that was
let's go,
Mark. That was on you for being excited about Tommy DeVito.
You were excited about Tommy DeVito, but if we broke Tommy DeVito, you wouldn't have cared.
Yeah,
because they didn't draft Tommy DeVito.
That's a good
they
point.
didn't trade back into the first round to bring in Tommy DeVito.
No, I got you.
Tommy DeVito is like the beat up G.I. Joe. You don't care if he got wet, got stuck in the gutter, didn't matter. You had a ball with him. We're hoping that this G.I. Joe is one that you don't want to take out of the box because it stays mint.
I loved Eli, but the guy was a 500 quarterback for his career. I mean,
stop it.
How about having a quarterback?
How about having a quarterback?
Whoa, Mark.
Did we not see how bad the Giants were down the stretch that they can't find another quarterback, that maybe it wasn't all Eli's fault?
Can we not do that, though, Mark? Can we not do the but about Eli Manning? He's the best quarterback your franchise has ever had. Can we not do that? He was, when it mattered most, Mark, he was at his best. That's all that matters. So what his regular season record was, who cares? He also played for 1,000,000 years. And he somehow went through the worst of times with the Giants and still ended up 500. My God, look at it now. That's almost like incredible achievement that his record wasn't destroyed because he was playing for the Giants, that after the last Super Bowl, look at the dysfunction that franchise went through.
Yeah.
And yet somehow he still managed to finish with a 500 record. That's an accomplishment. So let's not try to let's not belittle what Eli Manning is. Please.
I'm not belittling it. The years he won, he had the best defensive line, the best offensive line.
Well, that's usually how a team wins. That's how a team wins.
Receivers.
Well, but that's how a team wins.
Daniel Jones didn't have any of that.
I'm sorry. Did the 49ers with Joe Montana have no offensive line, no defensive line whatsoever to speak of? No receivers?
I really thought, guys.
Like the good teams have good offensive lines and defensive lines. That's how you win.
I never understood the Eli hate, but I really thought after all these years of bad football and bad quarterback play that we would start to appreciate Eli a little bit more.
No, I guess not.
Well, that's just one caller, but I long for those days again.
Honestly.
Seriously.
Do you think it's also generational? If I was too young to really recognize what I was seeing in Eli, and the Eli I saw was,
that is true.
Was the guy in Green Bay when everybody else was on the banana boat? Like, is that?
But if you got to appreciate the Super Bowl, how could you ever be mad at the guy?
Oh my God!
I get it. Listen, to say Eli Manning is the best quarterback in the history of franchise, I get it. It's not dead sexy like having Joe Montana, but the guy won 2 Super Bowls. He kept you relevant every single year.
Can you compare? You want to have more fun, Don? Compare Eli Manning to Giants history to another player in it, like who had great success with another franchise, but isn't considered an all-time great. Like in any other sport, can you think of anyone where it's like the player himself, in comparison to his position, isn't one of the all-time greats, but yet found a way?
Wow, that's a good question.
It's hard to do, isn't it? Because usually when you win multiple championships and you're one of the main pieces, you kind of end up being an all-time great.
I mean,
that's how it goes.
I can't think of any. I'm trying to think
Chris Osgood in Detroit.
But did he win multiple? I thought he only won one there, right?
I thought it.
Did he get 2? Because I thought Hasek had the other one. And then before him was Vernon.
Yeah, Mike Vernon's a good one too.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, you'd have to think about that.
Yeah, well, we can do that. And we have calls. 800-919-3776. Plenty to do more with you. Don in the background with The music is.
This is tremendous.
It's
this
organ.
is hockey. This is really hockey.
It really is.
It's as hockey can be.
Down at the Rock, you got Islanders, Devils tonight on MSG with the voice of Don LaGreca. Peter and I here in the studio. And by the way, get ready for a new Monday Night Football experience, the ESPN New York Couchcast. When the Jets take on the Dolphins, a game, of course, you'd need more than just watching the game to keep you entertained. We're going to do that for you. Week 4 divisional matchup. You can settle on the couch. Join us. We're doing an alt cast. All your favorite ESPN New York personalities give you instant reactions, unfiltered commentary, behind the mic banter. It's streamed live on our YouTube page, which some of you are probably watching us right now on. Or if you haven't, we have a YouTube page, ESPN New York. Go find us and pound that subscribe. We'll be with you from kickoff to the final whistle. Grab your snacks, watch the game with us. It's the ESPN New York Couchcast presented by Calandra's Bakery, Jacob's Pickles, and driven by the All-American Ford Auto Group, the #1 Ford Auto Group with huge locations throughout New Jersey. So it's Monday, September 29th. Mark your calendar, starting at 7 p.m. Right after our show is over, we go right to the couch on the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
Did you know you can get more with New York Lottery Plus?
You pulling my leg?
No, seriously. Just enter scratch off and draw game tickets and get more points.
Pulling a fast one?
No. And you can put your points towards chances to win gift cards, cash prizes, and more.
Is this a stunt?
No, you even get points for playing new games.
You're pulling my chain, aren't you?
No.
Pulling my finger?
What? No. Man, put that thing away.
Sorry.
Introducing New York Lottery Plus. Download the app, sign up, get more. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
You know so much about who you are. But do you know what makes your body your body? With over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help you know the truth. Because you know you're made of grit, wit, and a good heart. But just how healthy is that heart? You know you're made up of all the places you've called home. You know you're made of your mom's sarcasm. And now you can find out if you have her thyroid too. You know you're made of college all-nighters and 30s early-nighters, but those still don't explain your sleep issues. You know that you're made up of good meals with even better conversation. But are you actually absorbing those nutrients? A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
FanDuel is getting you ready for kickoff with an offer you won't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet. Bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. Visit FanDuel.com/Peter to download the FanDuel app today and get started. 21 and over in Fisley, Present, New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
At Garden City Mazda, our inventory of new and Mazda certified pre-owned vehicles is unmatched in New York.
Our fall kickoff savings start now. Don't miss out.
Garden City Mazda. Acceleration at every turn, exceptional in every way.
Record numbers of residents are getting quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. If you recently had a major life event such as marriage, pregnancy, or insurance loss, you may be eligible to enroll now. All health plans include preventive care, prescriptions, emergency services, and more. 9 in 10 enrolling get financial help, and many pay $10 a month or less. Find out if you qualify at getcovered.nj.gov. That's getcovered.nj.gov.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Holding. Defense.
The ref totally blew that call.
Oh, I'm sure he'll make the right call next time.
It's too late. It cost us the game.
Well, it's just one game.
That loss eliminated us from the playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs are on so late. Now you'll be well rested.
Okay, I need you to stop talking now.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is coming, and things are heating up.
We genuinely really get along with each other.
I don't even think Peter watches sports. You could make the argument that Rick doesn't get enough credit for being a low-key fraud. Carlin's going to be at this Couchcast, too, so we got to make sure we have a lot of cannolis.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is Monday night, September 29th. See it all unfold on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Brought to you by the All-American Ford Auto Group, Calandra's Bakery, and Jacob's Pickles.
ENN coming up at 6. Mets are in Chicago, so that's why you get a full frontal from us. And
Chicago.
I mean, we might as well get used to this, boys. You know, the days of Met game knocking us off the air at 6:30 and sometimes 6. I mean, this is the last week of the regular season, and there might not be any more Mets baseball.
No, then we'll have the occasional knockoff from
Knicks
or
Rangers. Rangers sometimes have 7 o'clock puck drops, right?
They do. Oh, Rangers a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Okay.
It's the Knicks that are unrealible.
Yeah, it's the usually Rangers 7:30.
It's the Rangers that deliver for you sometimes. That's who delivers you. But
well, it's like you don't want to be here. It's like you don't want to be here for the extra half hour.
I'll tell you. Listen, because I'm honest. I love the show ending at 6:30. It feels like when it should end. And 6:30 to 7 always feels like a bit of a slog.
ENN feels like the perfect way to close the show.
Correct. And then it's like, hey, come back and talk to us more. People are like, yeah, I'm good.
It's like you're sitting around like, oh, we're still here.
Now, and by the way, 6:30 to 7, there are going to be a lot of 6:30 to 7s where it's Rosenberg radio.
That's right.
You got Alan.
Apparently
you got Don,
today is a Han Solo.
But today's a Han Solo.
I was told. So that could be interesting. In the meantime, lots of calls here to get to before we get to ENN. So let's get through as many as we can because apparently there is a name when we're going through franchise quarterbacks that we definitely overlooked. Brando in Queens, you're first up with this one.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So you guys missed Mike Vick.
Yeah,
we sure did.
It's just awful.
Carson Palmer in Arizona and Cincy.
Well, I'm not giving him Arizona.
Yeah, but Palmer.
I'll have Cincinnati conversation about him.
So Cincinnati, you got Burrow, you got Anderson, Boomer, and Palmer. Palmer was good.
He was
good.
He just got the hell out of there.
Super Bowl. Boomer won an MVP.
Yeah.
And Burrow's one of the best in the league when he's healthy.
That's considering it's a franchise that is a complete disaster. That's a pretty good.
Although it's funny because Carson Palmer and Burrow both with the injury problems.
Well, if you're Carson Palmer, you're telling Burrow get out of there.
Yeah.
Now,
while you still
Vic,
can.
you think of Vic as an Eagle or a Falcon?
Well,
Falcon.
So Falcon's the right answer, but really in Philly, dude, went on the road and beat Green Bay in the playoffs. They did big stuff with Philly as well.
The Falcon quarterbacks we talked about, Matt Ryan, I guess, would be number one.
Yeah.
Because he had gone to a Super Bowl. Chandler went to a Super Bowl too, but I don't think he was that great.
But can we be honest? They both pale to Vic talent-wise.
Well, and Vic did go to Lambeau and win a playoff game when no one ever did that.
Yeah, he sure did.
And he was.
So it's a good one.
You talk about jump off the page good.
No,
Vic was jump off the page good.
Vic at his best, when you watched, he was a video game.
Yes.
He was faster than every player on the field, had the biggest arm in the league by a mile.
He was Tecmo Bowl Bo Jackson.
He was. Exactly.
That's what he was.
I've said the exact same thing. He was Tecmo Bowl Bo in real life.
You said that?
Yes.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Because you watch and you look like, well, no one else is able as their characters can't go as fast as him. He would just be gone. You think you have him and he is gone.
He gone.
And then on the run, he could literally on the run chuck it 60 yards.
Yeah.
Nothing. It was just crazy.
Kevin in the UPS truck with an old-timey QB. What do you got, Kev?
Hey, how's it going, fellas? First time, long time since COVID.
Oh, don't make it
I was
last
thinking
time.
an old inside the NFL quarterback there. Don will recognize this one. Len Dawson for the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, he brought up Len Dawson.
I think you said Len
he's
Dawson.
definitely.
Oh, you did bring up Len Dawson?
Yeah.
He's number 2 in Kansas City for sure. I mean, Mahomes is clearly number 1, but yeah, Len Dawson was brought up, no question.
All right, Aaron in Bayonne. Aaron?
Hey, y'all, what about...
What's up?
Love the show. You guys are great. Hahn's question before about, with Eli is really a tough one, but are we talking about people that have won? And, Eli with the MVP.
Yeah, it's you've won multiple, and yet you never were considered the best at your position, ever, even though you have multiple titles as a main character.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one.
It's hard to do. That's what Eli Manning is. If you really think about it, that's what Eli Manning is. He is a main character in multiple championships with the same franchise, and yet in the history of the sport isn't considered one of its greats. But yet he did it.
Well, he'll be considered one of the great when he goes to the Hall of Fame. He eventually will, but you're right. Never.
I mean, at his
never
position.
In the top 5.
Like at his position.
At his position.
Like think about it, goalie, a pitcher, a point guard, center. Like I can't think. I'm trying to think of even NBA history.
I mean, the one that comes to mind, he's going to go to the Hall of Fame, but I don't know if you ever considered him the best goalie in the league. But Jonathan Quick's got 2 titles.
Okay.
All right, and he's got over the winningest American goaltender ever. But
that's crazy.
Is Jonathan Quick an all-time great?
No.
Wasn't he though in his time the best, one of the best in the league though? Right. I thought he was considered one of the top 5 in the league.
He might
in his prime.
I'd have to go back. He's still playing now. He's 39.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, you're going back to when they probably 2012. Yeah, it's possible.
All right, because I don't think Eli was ever considered the top 5 quarterback in the league in his prime. Was he?
Eli top 5.
Take a look at that 08 season, the year that Plexico shot himself.
Yeah. No, he had big numbers.
He might have been. He had big numbers that year. But it's interesting. It can't be anybody in the NBA, right? Because if you win multiple titles, you're a star. You're going to be an all-time great.
Nick in Connecticut. Nick, what do you got?
I got members of those late 90s Yankees. Only 2 of those guys are in the Hall of Fame with the core 4. And then if you include Bernie, too, you got 3 guys there that were some of the best players, not the best in the league. Bernie, Pettit, and Sada.
Yeah, main character guys, right? That definitely contributed to winning. What do you think, Don? Does that work for you? Because again, it's hard to like those teams were really truly team. There wasn't a one guy that you're like, oh, if they don't win without this guy.
Listen,
it's a good point.
You got Mariano and Jeter, both Hall of Famers, both considered top 3 in their position of all time.
Well, I mean, Mo is the best of all time. I don't know if Jeter's considered a top 3 shortstop of all time.
No, but he went in with like 99% of the votes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But when you have Jeter and you have Mo, right? It's tough for a pitcher, right? Because you don't get to make that many appearances. But like Jorge Posada was an amazing catcher, but how low down the list do you go when you're talking about like reasons they won? Like you got. There's just so many guys. There was such a great team.
It was such a great team. Yeah, they had so many guys contribute.
Yeah, their next tier is
like think about it.
insane.
Scott Brocious and the run he had right in the World Series that year in '98. Like
baseball's hard, man. That's really difficult.
Yeah. Well, this is fun. The calls keep coming in on this at 800-919-3776. So we'll keep going with that. But we certainly have ENN coming up.
Like you dream
Peter
about.
has been preparing for the last 3 hours, getting us ready for a big ENN. But first on.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. There's the selection, there's the customer service, and it's also the savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-90 Turbo Select for $249 for 24 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S1225248 MSRP $40,000. Zero security deposit ends 9/30/25.
Friends, it's summer, and you should be out there enjoying it. But if you're living with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, that can feel impossible. You don't have to keep living that way. there's help. Dr. Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he's dedicated to helping you feel better. And here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication, just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that get real results so you can get back to the life you love. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, sciatica, and he builds a plan that is right for you. Same day and next day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is never far away. So don't wait, and don't let pain steal another day of your life. Go to SandwellPain.com to text, call, or book online. SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today. Most major insurances are accepted.
Bring the Ryder Cup spirit straight into your living room with Ryder Cup Live Watch Party Kits. You get everything you need to turn any space into the ultimate fan zone. Flags, cups, decor, and more. Host a few friends with the at-home kit or go big with the ultimate kit for larger gatherings. No matter where you are, you can celebrate in true Ryder Cup style. Ryder Cup Live Kits, your ticket to golf's biggest rivalry at home. To learn more, visit RyderCup.com.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. We've got the Rangers home over at MSG for preseason hockey. UN General Assembly in town, a gridlock alert day. Could see some rolling closures and frozen zones as they shuffle dignitaries around. Might want to consider using mass transit. Yanks are home tonight in the Bronx. Still a great ride at the inbound George. Also a cap giveaway. Deegan just a bit heavy both up and down. Approaching the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. West Side Highway northbound. No relief heading over to the outbound George. Still have a collision in the left lane by 125th. Been out there for a couple of hours. Traffic is stopped there from the 79th Street Boat Basin. Outbound Lincoln will run you about 15 to 20 minutes. Outbound Holland just about a 5 to 10 minute ride. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting...
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Peter Rosenberg!
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Welcome, everybody, to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
I want to start off ENN by saying good evening. I saw that. By saying good evening to Don.
Cross your legs, honey. Let's get out of this inning.
And to Alan.
Shut up! Turn it down!
And myself.
Look at the good news. I didn't kill Paul Newman.
And to myself.
Happy Jewish New Year. Not newish Jew year.
And to myself.
Unless, Paul Newman dies this week.
Well, Paul Newman's already dead.
Yeah.
And to Greeny.
Alan Hahn is a big dude.
He was talking about that again just now.
Yeah, I think it overwhelms him. I feel bad.
Well,
what am I supposed to do? We're taking a picture.
No, but the thing is, he was pointing out your height as you take a picture. And the picture's up right now on the Don Hahn and Rosenberg Instagram page.
Do I look like a freak?
No. In fact, though, Don, what I was going to say is, me standing there, I realized that Greeny has a couple inches on me, and it makes a difference. Like, Greeny's like 5'10" to my 5'8", and I honestly think standing next to Hahn, it makes a significant difference. He looks better standing next to him than I do. Allen kills me.
I wish I could have been in that picture.
I wish you loved the sport like I did. Do you really wish you were?
Yeah.
I think you have plenty of pictures of Greeny.
I do.
But you want to be there with the family, is what you're saying.
Yes, of course.
With my family.
I'm here with my family. Let me see. So, so
you guys
no, you know what?
are very
you know
close
what?
in height.
No, you know what? I take it back. It didn't help.
No.
And looking at it now in the photo, I realize you're still just a full head taller than him.
It's so.
God, you are a freak.
It really is freak. It's freakish at this point.
And I did the trick that Natalie's always pushing me to do. She's a photographer. She knows what she's doing.
Yes.
She's always on me.
Hands in the pocket?
No. When these moments happen, just stand further up. Move up. Never let yourself go back. Always move up. Get closer to the camera.
And you know what's funny? I generally tend to go to the back. And if I could, preferably, like if everybody else is there, I'll almost.
That's better for the shorter people. You further away. But if you're standing directly behind them, well, then that doesn't seem to help. You got to be like lined up and further back.
It's. I should sit down.
Now, if you could choose, you wouldn't. Don't lie. You wouldn't take off 1 inch.
No. Would never give up an inch.
You wouldn't give up an inch?
No.
Honestly.
I might add some.
You don't think you have an inch to spare?
Okay, how about this, though? How about this? If someone said you need to – this is a question.
Okay.
You're 6'5"?
6'6".
Honestly, 6'6"?
There's that inch.
So if someone said you have to choose right now.
Okay.
Hear me out. Don't answer quickly. Take another 5 to get to 6'11", or lose 5 to go to a nice 6'1". What do you do?
How old am I?
Now, your career's over.
6'1".
You're taking 6'1". You're not taking 6'11". Well, I mean, there is no need to be 6'11".
No, it's awful. It's got to be terrible.
6'11". Oh, well, where'd you play? What team are you on?
Didn't I told you the story when I was 12, 13 years old. Because I had this ridiculous growth spurt. I got to 6'4" by the time I was 13.
Wow.
And so they did the whole growth plate thing. And the doctors estimated, he's going to be 6'10".
6'10".
And that's when my dad said, "You're going to play basketball."
Yeah.
Well,
I was a kid. I was a kid growing up. I played hockey. I didn't play basketball until that happened. And I'm like, I'm going to be 6'10". And then I stopped at 6'6". Thanks, Doc.
Only 6'6".
Nice lives.
6'10", you'd be a freak.
Yeah, but at least might have done more.
Done radio that tall.
It's funny that LeBron is that tall, because
he's 6'9".
Yeah,
but he's also might
as well be 6'10".
But he's 250.
Yeah,
damn.
Has there ever been a radio host 6'10"?
Stern. No, Stern's 6'5", 6'6". 6'10".
I'm not talking about former basketball.
I was gonna go there.
I'm talking about like talk show hosts
like just
you, they're 6'6".
So like a failure like me.
Yeah,
I wouldn't consider you a failure.
Who didn't make it?
No. He doesn't mean that. You're a bigger failure than that. He means an actual not an actual failed NBA player.
Yeah,
you failed so early you don't even count.
I failed way before NBA.
No, you're just a radio guy. You're not a basketball player.
That's a good. That makes it so much. That makes it way more palatable. Thank you,
Steve Brzezinski, in our comments on YouTube.
Stevie B.
Peter's ego is 6'11", followed up by a "Love you, Peter." Well, why is he? Doesn't that sum him up?
There's never been anybody more on the fence than him about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brzezinski just can't make up his mind. One day it's something nice, the next day he's just killing me.
He loves to hate you. How about that?
No, but I think he sometimes likes him.
I know.
He hasn't made up his mind yet. He hasn't committed either way. But if he had to commit, I think he'd commit to hate.
Yeah, me too. I think he's leaning hate.
Give into it. Yes.
He's leaning hate. I wonder, Don, if tonight I'm flying JetBlue.
Oh, all right.
Wonder if I'll be able to get the old MSG Daboll broadcast.
On JetBlue.
Not that, because it's MSG. Which MSG is it, Don? Maine?
Probably the Deuce, right?
No, because we got Rangers Bruins.
Rangers Bruins on one.
On the main MSG.
Yeah.
Sure, MSG
so it's
too.
MSGSN, but
Kenny Albert?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
His first game. Yeah, Kenny's doing Kenny and Dave, I believe, on definitely Kenny. And then maybe the NHL Network will pick up highlights or something. Maybe you got that.
Well, listen, I don't know if you know this, but Kenny is.
there is a
play piano by ear.
There is a Gotham app you could do on your phone. Then you can hear Don.
I think for the betterment of the show, you should look for the Met or Yankee game, but
Yeah.
I do appreciate the effort.
You really think Peter's going to watch a baseball game?
I don't think he's going to watch it. I think he's going to watch a movie.
Yeah, I haven't been on JetBlue, so they've probably re-upped. You know, I'm frustrated because on Delta I've watched every Curb Your Enthusiasm they have, and you wait for a new season to get uploaded. All right, let's start out with Knicks. We have not talked Knicks yet, and I'm sure Alan will want to get some after ENM. But first,
bursting.
Let's hit a little bit of hearing from new coach Mike Brown. Here's Brown on the starting five.
Yeah, no, it will materialize throughout camp. I think it's too early to go in and say, hey, this is what's going to happen. The roster, Leon and his group did a fantastic job putting together a talented, deep roster. And so you have to be methodical with your approach when it comes to declaring, okay, hey, these guys are going to start.
It's an interesting point that he's bringing up there because what he's saying is that it's a collaborative because he included the front office. He's saying I have a lot of options, and I'm weighing all of it, which tells you to me, I think anything's possible, which includes going back to what they finished the season with, which is Mitchell Robinson starting with Karl-Anthony Towns. And he kind of hints to some of the things he wants to do offensively, which includes 1 through 4 running. Like they want to run, they want to spread the floor. And he talks about the 5 being the guy that kind of sets screens and rolls. Well, that's not Karl-Anthony Towns. That's Mitchell Robinson. Mm-hmm. So Josh Hart, I don't know if we have it, revealed something about a finger issue. So
let's hear from Josh Hart.
That might make the decision for them.
Here's Josh Hart on the procedure on his finger.
I was out for a little while and some other stuff, so I'm just trying to get used to it and then, get through the season with it. Don't want to go into too much detail, but yeah, obviously, got a procedure on it, and then kind of re-aggravated it, somewhat recently. So probably just rock out with a splint this season and try to fix it again next summer.
That's not good. A splint?
Which hand is this on?
I believe it's the shooting hand.
Not that
right hand.
That wouldn't be what you want.
It's right hand. And remember, he struggled with his shooting last year, to finish the season. And then they said, well, he had a problem. He didn't reveal until after the season that he had this issue with his finger. It was bothering him all year. He didn't know what it was about. So the fact that he re-aggravated it tells you that that's a bit of a concern. So, like I said,
there's a finger.
So these decisions that now about who should start and who should not might help.
Let's hear from Jalen Brunson for the first time on the Eastern Conference Finals loss to the Pacers.
It took me a while. Obviously, you think about it, but it's always good to have short-term memory to focus on what's going on ahead and figure out how you can be better and you can learn from the things in the past. It's definitely not something easy just to get over.
Now, specifically from Brunson on Tibbs exiting.
Obviously, it's sad to see a man I've known for a long time part ways with this organization, but he's meant a lot to me. I've expressed that to him publicly and personally, and he's meant a lot to my career up to this point.
Need closure. Like media day, he hasn't talked about it publicly yet, so other than on his podcast. So the questions were asked, everybody talked about it. Hart, Bridges, they all had that reaction, and I do think now it is time. You got to, go forward. Because they're going to look different. They're going to play different. They're going to look different. And it all starts when they start practicing tomorrow. So the Tibbs stuff was asked today. I don't expect it to continue. Now, unless they get off to a bad start, but I don't expect it to linger. These guys are looking forward to what's coming next. That's the vibe that they've had there at the training center.
Does it have to? Does it have to? Does it have to?
Let it linger?
Thank you. All right, the Leons beat the Ravines last night.
That was a game, man.
38-30. Lions beat the Ravens. The Lions now to 2-1 after that terrible Week 1 loss.
Yep.
They bounce back, are at 2-1. The Ravens, meanwhile, a team you're just used to winning in big spots, to winning against the NFC, find themselves at 1-2. Lamar Jackson, 21-27, 288 yards, 3 touchdowns.
But their defense really, they were all over him. And something you're not used to seeing, too, is Derrick Henry getting with 3 fumbles now. right?
And only 12 carries for 50 yards.
3 fumbles in 3 games. Another key fumble late in the game. Not typical of him. But, Don, did you get to consume some of that game last night?
Oh, yeah, sure, definitely.
What is it like? Because I'm watching that, and like you said this once before, and it really resonated with me last night while I'm watching these two teams just throw haymakers at each other throughout the game. Is that what football looks like? Because my team plays a totally different sport than that.
Well, mine too.
Oh, my God.
Like, you watch these nationally televised games with, anything involving the Ravens or the Bills or the Lions.
Well, especially when it's two good teams, two well-coached good teams playing against each other, and you're just like, wow, like this is good football. This is what it looks like.
You get to just keep scoring.
Even the losing team, you're like, all right, they lost, but damn, they look good.
If you're a Giants fan right now, just being honest, the rareness of getting to celebrate a touchdown over the last couple of years,
oh my God,
you forget what it's like.
It's so true.
But I was thinking about this while I was watching the game, because you think of the Ravens, right? Are they really off to a slow start, or their schedule's tough, man.
Really tough.
And because you have so many nationally televised games, you've got the Thursday opener, you've got the Brazil game on Friday, Sunday Night Football, doubleheaders on Monday. So these really good teams like the Ravens, like the Lions, like
Chiefs,
the Eagles, they play big games early on national television. So you could be a really good team. You're 1-2. What's wrong with the Ravens? I don't know what's wrong with the Ravens. They had to play the Lions and the Eagles in the first 3 weeks of the season. Are they really that bad, or is it just they don't get a soft landing early because they're on national television and they're playing really good teams? Same thing with the Chiefs.
Speaking of
oh my God, the Chiefs are 0-2. Well, they had to play in Brazil against the Chargers, and they had to play the 4:25 game at home against the defending Super Bowl champions right out of the box.
Yep.
Now, speaking of the big foosball games, Packers in Dallas this weekend. Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan. Any extra juice with Micah Parsons coming back to town?
Yes, I do. Of course, I have said this time and time again. I think the world of Mike as an individual, and of course, know him well. And I might say I wish him well, except it's obvious I don't this weekend in terms of Greenberg winning the ball game. And so it makes for an exciting time, and I'm anxious to see if over the years when I saw Michael's mitigated, when I saw teams playing pretty well, which he's going to make some plays no matter how you play. But when I saw people play us well with Micah in the game, and it did happen, then obviously we'll be looking to try to run those kinds of plays.
Do you guys think the Cowboys at any point this year do anything that's a semblance of football, or is this just going to be a true down year?
No, they're going to be a 5-6 win team.
Did you hear what he said?
No, he kind of lost me.
At the end, it was interesting. He's like, I expect us to run plays that other teams used to run against us, to take advantage of Mike. Because he's basically saying
he was taking advantage of. We can figure it out.
Yeah, we've seen him exploited. We know what it looks like when he played for us, so we're going to do those things now.
I didn't see a ton of that. So.
Damn.
I got to tell you, after the way the Packers played against the Browns, and take it where it comes, I've been awful with the picks. We all have. The Cowboys are a grease spot this weekend. They're going to get absolutely humiliated. The Packers coming off that kind of an effort.
Yep.
Cowboys can't stop, anything.
Nosebleed.
I'm telling you. I think they're going to get smacked around.
All right, let's play this game for a second.
Oh, okay. A game. I love games.
Now, fortunately for the Cowboys, they played the New York Giants. So they do have a win. They're going to lose to the Packers this weekend to go to 1-3.
Okay.
Then they will be at the Jets.
Yes.
Got one there. 2-3?
I mean, we'll see.
Maybe.
They're at the Panthers.
That Jet game's going to be interesting.
It could be.
Because, again, they're secondary. Awful.
Yeah, it could be for the Jets what the Giants game was.
Exactly. Although Fields could also have open guys and just miss him by 5-6 yards.
Then they have the Panthers. They got the Commies, the Broncos. But then they get the Cardinals and the Raiders. It's not a brutal schedule.
No, they don't have a brutal schedule, yeah.
Then Eagles, of course. Then Chiefs at home. That's 11:27, 4:30, CBS, Paramount. That sounds like a Thanksgiving vehicle to you and me. Although maybe not. No, it is.
No, that's got to be. Cowboys are always on Thanksgiving.
I'm trying to figure out the dates.
No, but that'll be the 4:25 Thanksgiving game.
Right.
Yeah, because they play 11:23 and then they play 11-27. So, yeah, that'll be the Thanksgiving game. Then they're at the Lions. They're home Vikings, home Chargers, at Commanders. It's a tough. It's tough.
Tough finish.
It's feeling 6-11.
6-11. Okay, write it down. Lock it in.
It's not great. It's certainly not great.
It's not what you want.
Speaking of which, the Commanders are getting additional opinions for Terry McLaurin on an injured quad. His status at Atlanta uncertain, as is Jaden Daniels.
What happens when you miss training camp?
Mike Gundy, the second longest tenured FBS coach, has been fired by Oklahoma State. I have a great Mike Gundy drop, if you see it.
Yesterday was the anniversary.
It was?
Yep.
For which one? Twitter?
No, I'm a man, I'm 40.
Oh, there's more than that. I forgot I'm a man, I'm 40. There's I'm a man, I'm 40.
I thought that's one you were referencing.
And then
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Do you see the one Mike Gundy Twitter?
Twitter.
We're going to miss him.
I'm going to miss him too.
Oh, he's going to get a show. He'll get a show.
Yeah, he's going to be on First Take.
Right, of course.
He's you know what? They're going to
new host.
He's going to come out of Cam Newton's hat. Don, you excited for the Ryder Cup?
No.
Well, you can hear the morning show Friday.
Yeah.
From the Ryder Cup. You got a promo for that?
Golf's greatest rivalry tees off at Bethpage Black. The guys are bringing you all the action, energy, and passion. All of that. Right? Action, energy, and passion in golf. Straight from the course. Don't miss DiPietro and Rothenberg. This Friday morning, only on ESPN New York, is brought to you by Michelob Ultra. No matter what you're playing for, make it superior with Michelob Ultra. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. A superior taste worth playing for. Official beer sponsor, of course, of that Ryder Cup we just mentioned.
The New York Liberty announced that coach
this was a shock.
Sandy Brondello's contract was not being renewed 4 days after the defending champs were eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. The most surprising part of this story to me, of course, was that the Liberty have already been eliminated from the playoffs.
You didn't know this? We did mention it the other day.
We mentioned the other day the playoffs had started. I
thought we mentioned that it was also over.
Well, they were part of the excuse me. Got a bit of a cold.
You're good.
It's all right, Don.
It's only your second game.
They
You're
were part
fine.
of the Tullamore-Dew read.
Yes.
And we mentioned that they were facing elimination against the Mercury. They did not win that game.
They did not.
The injuries to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese this season has. I mean, they're obviously still great players playing, but it's a tough sledding for the league this year.
It's the equivalent of Pacers and the Thunder in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, that's right.
You mean it's the sponsored by I'm Good. Brought to you by I'm All Set.
How's Paige Beckers doing?
She won Rookie of the Year.
There you go.
So you have that.
So they're building. It's going to take time. It's going to take time where people are invested in the other stars too. But
Jake, who's our favorite player? Was it Sophie Cunningham?
Oh yeah, Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah, when she got hurt. Also
Sophie Cunningham out also.
You're not.
But
getting,
she's posting great social media in the meantime.
Fantastic.
But they're also in the semifinals without both of them.
Right, which is good news for the future, right? You would think. But yeah,
I got an interesting question for Buster Olney, the champ. He was on DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Yep.
Is Alonso back next year as a Met Buster?
Listen.
I think if they make the playoffs and they, get through a round, then I think he absolutely is back with the Mets. I think all bets are off if they don't make the playoffs because in the Mets front office, Steve Cohen, they're going to have the same conversations we're having right now, and it's that whole balance of how do you handle a legacy player like Pete? The fact that do we want to invest money in this position at a time when clearly they need to go out and spend more money on pitching? What's the budget going to be for next year? What kind of constraints will they have? All of that goes into the well. It'll be a total evaluation if they don't make the postseason, and that probably makes it more likely that he would go.
So goodbye.
Man. It definitely sounds like that. By the way, it also sounds like Don's doppelganger singing in the background.
Sorry, I'm getting yelled at by Ken Danico. He wants us to wrap this up.
He's had enough?
I mean, he enjoys the show. He wants to know more about the Mets, but I think he wants to sit down.
I agree with Ken.
Time to wrap it up?
It is time to wrap it up.
All right. Well,
Donnie, have a great call. We'll be listening. We'll be watching.
Thank you, Don.
MSGSN.
Enjoy yourself.
And that is ENN.
I'll give you Carlos Mendoza's update on Tyler. Tyler. We'll do that next.
Okay.
Right here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. But first, guys, FanDuel. Now, here's the deal. FanDuel's getting you ready with an offer that you just don't want to miss. All right? New customers, how about this? You could bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets like you dream about. Pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. All right? You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style is. FanDuel's got you covered. Visit FanDuel.com/Peter to download the FanDuel app today and get started. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Well, to hit a home run, everything's got to line up perfectly, just like when you find the person you want to marry. When it's time to propose, well, do what I did. Visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers. From their beautiful 2 by London collection to custom designs for any budget, they make finding the perfect ring easy. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations and tell them I sent you for the Michael K. treatment. London Jewelers, getting it just right.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. We all turn to some funny places for support, but not everyone is a therapist. Not everyone is the one. Find your right match with BetterHelp. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 10-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recs. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/timeout. That's betterhelp.com/timeout.
You matter, and so does your well-being. Call, text, or chat 988, New Jersey Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, for free 24/7 support with mental health, suicide, or substance use concerns for you or someone you love. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
At Garden City Mazda, our inventory of new and Mazda-certified pre-owned vehicles is unmatched in New York.
Our fall kickoff savings start now. Don't miss out.
Garden City Mazda. Acceleration at every turn, exceptional in every way.
This is Joe Budden. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the daily fantasy action this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. That's code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Hey, let me give you a game time.
In the house.
Brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time,
it's Tully time.
It's Tully time. Thank you.
It's my favorite one. Mets open a series with the Cubs in Chicago. Coverage immediately follows us on 880 at 7. The Yankees host the White Sox. So a little New York-Chicago thing going on here. 7:05 in the Bronx. Rangers, they take on the Bruins, little preseason hockey. That's on MSG at 7. And, of course, Don on the call of Islanders Devils preseason at the Rock. That's also at 7 on, I guess it's MSG2, MSG Plus, MSGN. Right, one of them. But you can find it very easily. And also the Gotham app as well. 800-919-3776. Peter and I take you to the top, and then, man, you get the Mets. Or this is it, Peter.
Oh, I know.
Like this, literally.
This is it.
But this, like, legit. Like, we can joke all we want. This is it on the Mets. You couldn't believe it if I told you in May. The last week of the season is not going to determine whether or not they win the division. It's going to determine whether or not they make the playoffs, which is so hard to believe. That's why these games.
Did you hear Michael K is not impressed by what's going on with the Mets?
What do you mean by not impressed?
I just mean he went off on how bad this is. That if the Mets,
well, it's an epic fail.
It is one. No, but like literally
monster
epic,
fail.
like truly epic.
Like, don't you think it does reach the point of, if you're Steve Cohen, like, do I have to clean house? Do I have the wrong people?
You got to question everything
because you oversaw this and didn't do anything about it, and at the deadline made some really bad decisions. But we have good decisions to make with you, and that means calls. 800-919-3776. We were talking earlier about a number of different topics, one being old school quarterbacks that we were thinking about, franchise quarterbacks all time for each franchise. We were also talking about players. We had a caller say Eli Manning was, he won 2 Super Bowls, but, he only had a 500 record. And I thought, is there another player in the history of sports that was a main character, great player for championships, but was never considered an all-time great at his position or even at his time, like Eli Manning? I don't know. Like, he just is always – he's the but guy.
Great question.
Isn't he the but? Eli Manning, he won 2 Super Bowls. Yeah, but he was a 500 quarterback his whole career. Yeah, but he was never one of the best, right? Like, so we were trying to come up with some names. Let's see if you have some. 2 callers have the same name. So, Tracy, you were first, Tracy in Amityville, so you get the first crack at this one. Go ahead, Tracy.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great. This is my, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
There you go.
Thank you.
And, I love you guys. Love you, Hahn, with the basketball. Rosenberg, I love you. Hot 97. And I wish Don was there because I think he is just so handsome.
I get it.
Yeah, it's hard to resist.
We all understand it.
Silver Fox.
I'm telling you, he's so good looking. But my name was Robert Ory.
Robert Ory.
Basketball.
Well,
Robert Ory.
Talk about a guy that made
clutch.
Made the biggest shots for multiple franchises to win championships. That's it's a good name when it comes to a main character that was part of championships and isn't considered an all-time great. I don't know if I'm putting him though
That's
because
the thing.
like the only thing I'd say, and Tracy, thank you for the call. Don't make it your last call.
He's more Ori's a different bird altogether.
It's like a very important supporting cast guy. I would almost put Ori in the category of, is Posada, is that being disrespectful?
Yeah, Posada's
Is that being
better.
disrespectful? Like, I'm trying to find somebody that was significant to success but wasn't quite.
Well, was never the first, second, or third guy.
No, never one of the main options.
I would say Ori was regularly the fourth guy.
But he always made Big Shot Bob. Always made the biggest shot. So that's all right. It's one. Daryl in Roselle. Daryl.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I thought about your question, and to me, first one I came up with, all those great Islanders championship teams, Billy Smith was the backbone, but I don't think anybody considers him an all-time great.
Among goaltenders, that's a really good one because he was part of all 4 Stanley Cups. I know the first one he and Chico shared the net, but then he took it over later in the playoffs, and then that was his finals. That's a good one because he was a really good goalie for his time, but he was considered the money goalie. When it mattered most, he played his best. And didn't I say that about Eli?
Yep.
That's not a bad. For any Islander fan that remembers those days, they know. Like, he was never the best goalie in the league, but when it mattered most, that's the guy you wanted between the pipes. Mike in Ridgefield Park. Mike, what do you have?
Hey, guys, how are you? I think I got something for you.
Let's throw Mike, before you say anything. Peter, highest quality phone call we probably ever had.
That's a beautiful
sound. Listen to this audio.
One of the great phones
Whatever you've
heard.
got going, Mike, it's that is an unbelievable phone call. If you could call all the time.
I appreciate it. It's what you dream of. That's what they
It's
say,
what you dream of.
Yeah, what you dream about.
Yeah, I got it for you guys. 15 years in league, 10 games over 500 for his career, 2 World Series championships, and absolutely money in the playoffs. It's Madison Bumgarner, guys.
Excellent. That's an excellent one.
That's
is he Hall of Famer?
I thought so, but
Was he?
maybe not.
I don't even know.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, I have to look it up. But that's a great one because, again, multiple championships, main character, but yet, like you just mentioned, what'd you say, 10 games over 500 for his regular season career?
134 and 124 in 15 years, and I'm pretty sure Eli Manning played about 15 years too.
That's correct.
That's a good one. So not only does he have a high quality phone line, but the call
ERA 3.47.
Thank you, Mike.
Never had a win total higher than 18, which he did twice.
18 is a good number, though.
But 2 of them.
Yeah.
Lot of lower ones.
Yeah.
No. Yep, 2.
Yeah.
Got a 16 in there and a 15.
Not a Hall of Famer, though, right? Did he get in? Did he get
No,
in?
I don't
'Cause I wouldn't know off the top of my head.
No.
But that's a good one.
Got a great nickname, though. Mad Bum is strong.
Mad Bum.
I always
Yeah.
enjoy Mad Bum.
Dan in Massachusetts. Dan.
Hi, I've been listening to you guys for years, and my daughter Ariel and I are big fans.
Hi, Ariel.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
I want to wish Peter Shanatova.
Thank you.
And
right back at you.
What I was thank you. What I was calling about was the old-time quarterback that I was thinking of is Chuck Connerly, who played for the Giants in the 1950s. And I remember watching him when I was a very little boy.
I wish Don was still he's getting ready for the game because he would probably be able to give us chapter and verse on Chuck Connerly and probably give us a game. You know, there was probably a rainy day at the Polo Grounds or something like that. Like he'd give us something like that, right?
That's right.
He played. They won the NFL championship in 1956 with him.
Was he in the game? Oh, did he play in the greatest game ever played?
Yes,
he was the quarterback.
Did.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
So in my memory as a little boy, he was pretty good.
Well, that fits perfectly into the category of random old-timey football player.
They're right, but still, if you consider the fact that he played in that game, which was considered, even though the Giants lost, it was considered the greatest game ever played. That does say something about Giants history and quarterbacks to be named. So, Dan, thank you.
The whole conversation started because I said it's crazy when you hear all-time quarterbacks. Most teams really don't have great ones, and I certainly feel that way about my franchise. It's not a great history.
But when we went through them, you realize, like, when you think about it, there's 32 franchises. Are there 32 all-time great quarterbacks?
No.
Legendary.
Like all-world,
32. Did we get to 20?
No.
When we were naming some of these franchises, we didn't get to 20 where because Hall of Fame is Hall of Fame. We understand that. But when we're talking about
we're talking about all-world.
Yeah, all-world.
We're starting with Johnny Unitas.
Like when I say brand name, like when you said Starbucks, like I did it again. Like that's brand name. When you bring up names like that.
So you're saying Unitas, Staubach.
Yeah.
Bart Starr?
Bart Starr, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are the three old Namath. See, do you include Namath even though his play's not good enough to be on the same level as those guys?
Isn't Namath a football brand name?
It is. He is. Oh,
Y.A.
for
Kittle,
sure. No.
Football brand
From a
name.
brand name standpoint, yes.
Yep.
But the
Favre brand name, Brady brand name, Montana brand name, Elway brand name.
That's 8.
Where are we at?
We're at 8.
Okay, we're trying to get to 10.
Marino
brand name.
9. Brady. Oh, you said Brady.
I said Brady.
Peyton Manning. 10.
Manning. All right, Manning 10.
No,
right?
It's
Yeah. No, you're right.
It's not Archie. It's not Eli. It's just Peyton. Who else are we forgetting? That's on the all-time brand.
People are shouting names because we went through it already. So, but
Rodgers
trying to get to.
He's close.
Yeah.
In terms of the absolute best to ever do it. Oh, sorry, Mahomes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
It's got to be.
Mahomes has to be on there. 9.
That's 11.
Don't
go backwards.
We got past 10. We got past 10.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. I'm not paying attention.
And that didn't include Rodgers. Rodgers would make it 12.
Could
enough.
if with one Super Bowl though.
Only one Super Bowl,
but 4 MVPs.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
I think Rodgers is there.
Anthony, we missing anybody? Like we went through the 80s,
and Josh Allen and Lamar can't be there quite yet. Not without a ring, it doesn't feel like they can be.
No, I think you got to have the ring. And then I'm trying to think are you putting Bradshaw there? I think Bradshaw's a brand name.
He is, and the amount of Super Bowls is tough to beat. So you kind of do.
You're doing Staubach. You got that's kind of the same era, right?
So
weren't they the two best?
That would be 13, and we're including Namath, and we're not incling Big Ben. We're not including Eli.
Because it's like if I said this name in the middle of Times Square, everybody knows I'm talking football. You have to it's got to be a name like that where it's a brand name, where no matter who it is, whatever walk of life, they know. Oh yeah, that's a football player.
So there aren't that many. Not even half the league probably has one.
And some teams have multiple.
Are we forgetting any? Because we didn't give Steve Young.
Steve Young. We're not putting him in that?
No. As great as he is, he's not. It's not that. He's not Montana. We said Montana?
We didn't. Yeah, we said Montana.
Okay. We definitely said Montana?
I thought so.
I think we could have skipped over Montana.
No. We definitely said it.
All right. Well, if so, Montana. If we did, we mean Montana.
Jay in the Bronx. What's up, Jay?
What's good, fellas? I wanted to throw a name out there, but I also wanted to ask you guys a Giant question, if you allow me.
Sure.
Yeah. So the guy I'm thinking of when you mentioned, I just got on now, jumped on a car, and immediately I thought Jamal Murray, even though his career is pretty young, but he's had some big postseason moments. But his regular season numbers and his record is pretty underwhelming. I want to know how y'all felt about
Jamal
him.
Murray. You mean like the Denver Nuggets Jamal Murray?
Right, Jamal Murray and the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, I mean it's Jokic's team, though. You know,
right.
Like I mean, he is a main character guy, but that's a Jokic team. He does make big plays. I don't know if I'd put him with Eli. I don't know.
No, but if you look at what he's done compared to what he does in a regular season,
yes,
to postseason,
he turns it up.
It's like a different guy.
Yes, he turns it up. That's right. Those guys are valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. So real quickly, I wanted to ask you guys, Jets and Giants in this Great Depression that we've been in the past decade, I always wondered and been perplexed as to why the tight end isn't highlighted more as far as getting a real good tight end. As you see young players, young quarterbacks in good teams, when they start to progress, they always have a tight end. And I've always felt, the Giants and the Jets don't really, prioritize bringing a good tight end for a young quarterback. And I've always felt like that's part of especially the Jets. I can't remember us having a quality, tight end who could help a young quarterback check down, who could get extra yards with that big body or block for him. I never understood why we never prioritized it in New York. And I always thought that that's part of the problem why the quarterbacks, don't really do well here. I just wanted to see if you guys felt the same way.
Well, they have Taylor, who they think has got a chance. Oh, he's young. Ruckert they like, but he was a later round pick. A great story, too, a Long Island kid. But it is true. When you think, like, Detroit's a great example. Laporta, they draft him. Fantastic player. They move on from Hawkinson. Right? It was Hawkinson that was there first, and they moved on from him, if I'm not mistaken. But when you look at what did Brady have? He had Gronk. He had two of them at one point, but Gronk was really like the go-to. Kelsey and Mahomes. Mm-hmm. Think about all the teams that they have good offenses. It's generally they have a good tight end. Mark Andrews in Baltimore.
I'll say this too. I mean, even in my little moment the last 2 years, Zach Ertz has been huge for Jaden Dan. Philly thought he was over the hill.
Yep.
He's been his second target after McLaurin. You kind of have to have that piece.
Yeah, that's a key. I'm wondering. It's a good point to ask that question too. When you think about offenses, look at the Giants, look at the Jets, and you're trying to get an offense, especially with a young quarterback, because that is almost like your security blanket. Is to have that tight end where you just know where he is. He's big and strong. He can not only block, but more importantly, he can catch a ball in short yardage. We'll finish up with more of your calls, 800-919-3776. But I want to tell you about Thrive, because every aspect of your business, from the most mundane to the most complex, will operate orders of magnitude better and faster when you add artificial intelligence. AI is literally a race to the top. Companies that engage AI first will win. Will that be you, or will it be your competitors? Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Founded by tech powerhouses, Thrive partners with you on a smart and secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Imagine AI solutions working across every part of your business, automating support, powering chatbots, analyzing competitors, even managing billing, collections, and orders. That's just a taste of what Thrive Managed AI can help you achieve. It makes your talented team even better by letting them focus on what they do best. The race to the top will be won by those who engage Thrive Managed AI first. That needs to be you. Go to thrivenextgen.com/ESPN and get started with a complimentary strategy consultation. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
There's nothing the voice in our head obsesses over like our health. But with over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help answer the questions like, why am I so tired all the time? How can I get better sleep? My friend was telling me about magnesium gummies she takes. Know if my heart is work stress affected? It's time to up my cardio. If my mom has something, how would I find out? It's time to get some blood work done. A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
Hi, former New York Giant Leonard Marshall here. Please join me at the Alzheimer's Foundation of America Family Fun Day on September 27th. Bring your family to AFA's Barbara Rabinowitz Education and Resource Center in Amityville for a fun-filled day of intergenerational activities in celebration of Grandparents Appreciation Month. Learn more and register at AFA September 27th Family Fun Day by visiting www.afalongisland.org or calling 631-223-4000.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Get 1.9% financing on a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 or lease for $249 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN 354688. MSRP $32,945. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per 1,000 finance, ends 9/30/25.
Did you know you can get more with New York Lottery Plus?
You pulling my leg?
No, seriously. Just enter scratch off and draw game tickets and get more points.
Pulling a fast one?
Nope. And you can put your points towards chances to win gift cards, cash prizes, and more.
Is this a stunt?
No, you even get points for playing new games.
You're pulling my chain, aren't you?
No.
Pulling my finger?
What? No, man, put that thing away.
Sorry.
Introducing New York Lottery Plus. Download the app, sign up, get more. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Oh, what are you doing? Don't do New York City dirty.
New York City's my heart, my soul. I would never do this place dirty, because everything I want is in this city.
Why would you want to dirty somewhere that you live?
This is your home. You don't throw papers out the window, flick cigarette butts.
It's disrespectful. Dispose of it the correct way.
I would never put trash on the ground. That's why we got trash cans. Don't do New York City dirty. Trash your trash.
A message from the Sanitation Foundation.
One by one, we keep this city clean, man. Let's get it.
Record numbers of residents are getting quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. If you recently had a major life event such as marriage, pregnancy, or insurance loss, you may be eligible to enroll now. All health plans include preventive care, prescriptions, emergency services, and more. 9 in 10 enrolling get financial help, and many pay $10 a month or less. Find out if you qualify at getcovered.nj.gov. That's getcovered.nj.gov.
Game time isn't just on the field. It's in your driveway, too. At Kia City of the Bronx, they're making plays with the full lineup of brand new Kias ready for you at 3505 Connor Street. Don't sit on the sidelines while your dream car drives by. Visit KiaCity.com or call 646-917-7955 and they'll get you behind the wheel of something fresh. Kia City of the Bronx. This is how the Bronx drives.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
All right, so before we get back to the calls, and again, you get the Mets coming up at 7 o'clock, Mets and the Cubs. I mean, the Mets are playing for their playoff lives right now, trying to just get in at this point. Got to win almost every game. We did not touch on this earlier, Peter, but the ABS system in baseball, now that has been officially approved, so we'll have that next season. Did you know they're going to call it the ABS Challenge System powered by T-Mobile 5G network? If you have to, as a broadcaster, say that every single time.
But it makes it easy, doesn't it?
Now, here's the thing. And again, a lot of this has already been talked about, but it's official now. Each team gets 2 challenges, and they can keep them if they're successful. Challenges can only be initiated by a pitcher, catcher, or batter. The request must come right after the pitch. To signal, you have to tap your hat or helmet to let the umpire know. We saw that in spring training. No help from the dugout or anybody else on the field. In each extra inning, a team will be awarded a challenge if it has none remaining entering the inning. So you go into, like, say, the 10th inning, you've already used both challenges, you get one back. We see that in other sports.
Sure.
Here's the thing. So you have cameras set up around the perimeter of the field to track the location of each pitch, and a graphic on the scoreboard shows the result of the challenge. I love that. It's like the Cyclops thing in tennis.
Yeah.
It's really cool. The whole crowd goes,
it's a
there
thing.
it is.
You get to watch it.
Everybody gets to watch it.
I
That's
do
great.
enjoy that.
Now, that's great. But if we can track every pitch, do we need to challenge it? Can't we just get it right every time?
That's a great point.
Why not just know what the pitch is?
Yeah,
do you think we'll get there eventually, or do you think the challenge system's a better way to go?
I think people like the culture of an umpire. It's just part
Being
of
able
the
to
game.
Because you can't argue. You can't.
And it's just built into it.
What are you arguing now? You can't argue with him. You can't fight. Like, that's the one thing with the human element is you get mad. Like, what's Aaron Boone going to do now? He can't start barking at umpires anymore.
That's the thing. Do we really want that completely gone?
I mean,
they get it right most of the time. I mean, like, percentage-wise, they're fine to call most of the game.
Okay.
They're just the ones that are tough that they get wrong.
So you still want the umpire that has his strike zone. You know, the pitcher-friendly, batter-friendly kind of thing. And it's just the ones that are egregious. You're like, no, you can't call that a strike. Because you don't want to use them up too early in the game, but you also want to set a tone early. Because if you challenge one early that is normally like a judge, low and away, that they'll call a strike on him, which shouldn't be. If he challenges early, does that make the umpire now think?
Wait, but hold on. If you get it right, you lose nothing?
No, you lose nothing. Right, you get to keep it. So the point is,
just challenge wisely.
If you challenge it early, you set a tone to the umpire. If you see, that's not a strike. I mean, that's not a ball. Don't call it a ball.
Or
don't
is
call
a
it a strike.
Yes.
Whatever it is, depending on the pitcher or the
you
batter.
You can adjust their strike zone.
Yeah.
You're going to embarrass yourself if I keep challenging you over and over again.
Yeah, dude, don't make me keep tapping my helmet. Just now you know that's not a strike or that is a strike. So you'd still rather have human element versus if these cameras know every pitch, why?
You know where
challenge?
You know where I never want human element in baseball? On the bases. That's where I want
safe,
yes.
Sliding into the base and stuff.
That can be too costly.
But you get replay on those too.
You do?
To make sure.
But always?
I mean,
if it's close, they always go to it now? Or you have to challenge it?
I think again, this is a Michael Cage.
Anthony, how's the review work on the bases?
They call Chelsea and they look at it.
Yeah, they'll like
but
sometimes
not because it's demanded, just because it's close.
No, you have to challenge.
You have to challenge.
Yeah, you have to challenge, but like I get it. This just feels like too easy. The cameras are now there. There's no question. And by the way, even without a challenge, the broadcast still can show you and say, see, that was the wrong call.
Right.
And that could almost be more maddening. So maybe this is something they'll do for now. And if it's just so egregious that you're constantly using it, they'll just finally just say, all right, I'll tell you what, totally automated now. Would that change baseball if you had automated balls and strikes called every time? All the umpire did was he lines up behind the catcher, and in his ear, he gets ball or strike. And he just makes the call based on what is told in his ear by...
By the way, I'm fine with that, too, because that way you're still getting the human part of it. They're just not getting it wrong.
The
human's there.
Strike, and everybody's like, what are you talking about? Don't get mad at me.
Not me. It was officially a strike.
Imagine
but you still get the, punch-outs.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Oh, you still need the punch-outs.
You can't lose a punch-out.
No, those are still fun.
Come on.
You still need your Enrico Palazzo. We all need that, but it is certainly something. So you are headed out.
I was thinking Enrico Palazzo.
Yeah.
Yes, I will be doing the show from L.A. tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I'm back.
Right. And then we've got, of course...
It's going to be a long night.
Don LaGreca on the call, Devils Islanders on MSGN, little preseason hockey, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining us on the YouTube channel. Have a great night.
If you've been injured in an accident,